Once we go there, you're gonna see that it was different. He said I was known to them as Al Shadja, meaning Almighty. That they just knew me as the power. They knew his power. But he introduced his name to him. He said, "This is what you're gonna call me for generation to generation," meaning he exists in a time where they saying that he don't exist. That's the name we got to call on Yahweh. That's Yahweh means he exists, and his son name is Yahweh Shai. They told us that his name was Jesus, you know, or I don't know what else, they say like yo hey why or something like that.
Yeah, man, yeah, yo hey why.
Yeah, but if you try to say Judah, the Lord said Yahweh, right? Judah, it would sound the same as the father's name. So if they say Yahweh and they say Yahudah, those are two different sounds. Feel me? But in the true Hebrew and the Paleo Hebrew, going all the way back, they found this on the walls going all the way back 3,750 BC. So this was way before, and we were just looking at the pools of Siloam through Hezekiah in 701 BC. When he wrote the inscriptions, the tonal inscriptions on the wall, he was fighting against Sennacherib, and he wrote in Paleo Hebrew. Yes, sir. Woo, can't get away. It's like, man, listen, that's how we find the Lord's name. So that's all we care about, getting you to the Father's true name. So we'll know that, yo, we got you another one. Got you another one to praise him, right?
Hey, you know what? And I like that, man. That's a blessed thing y'all doing. Y'all have a place that y'all.
Yeah, here you go. And he got a scripture for you too. Okay. But real quick, let me tell him real fast. I hate to interrupt.
Oh, no.
This is our page right here on YouTube. Yes, sir. And if they be shutting them down. Yes, sir. So you go on all these pages to find us. You know what I mean? Yeah. And got the Lord's true name right here for you, written in English. Right. The sound of it. Yes, sir. Yahweh Shai. Yes, sir. Yahweh. And then you got the actual writing right there.
And then ancient Paleo Hebrew.
That's right, ancient Paleo Hebrew. Yep. The word paleo just means ancient, but it's really called Lashawan Kodash.
Right. So, I would like to, if y'all don't mind, the brothers.
Yeah, you cool, brother. I tell you got a good spirit, man.
It's I'm already doing on a movement right now. I got a movement going on. But I just want to say is that I know that it's Shabbat, and it's a time and place for everything. But if we could come together, because what I'm trying to do is just draw everybody around. Well, Yahweh, I'm sorry, not me, because I can't do anything. I'm trying to draw everybody from around the nations, calling all the brothers up on the one. We're already up on the one, but I'm saying we're calling all the brothers so we can make some powerful plays. So we got to be united with the brothers overseas in Israel, as well as the brothers need to be united here. Yeah, I'm saying we got to be under one, under one thing.
What do you say? Perfection of one spirit. What do you say? Into the measure. Unto the measure of Yahushua. Till it comes to the full measure.
Some apostles and some Ephesians.
Yes, sir. And the spirit gathered them.
That one's Isaiah 34:16. I'm trying to find the other one.
Yeah, brother. The spirit is what's gathering us. This is the most powerful thing we can do. That's what I'm saying. It's to walk in the shoes of Yahushua, the Messiah, that he did. They killed him in 37 AD. Yes, sir. You know what I mean? That's when they killed him, the so-called black man from the tribe of Judah, the white and woolly head. Right.
See, it's like I was going to a brother the other day, and we were speaking about making known to brothers about it's okay. It's a knowledge, right? And we embrace that knowledge about the book, telling us all these things. But the book tells us so much more. And we're explaining that. I was explaining to them about the serpent. The same serpent that was in Egypt is the same serpent that was in Eden. The thing about it is that the power of this serpent, it still exists to today. See, because that power comes from that serpent in Eden to the serpent in Egypt. And I told him what the serpent in Egypt.
Talking about that Moses was dealing with?
Not only did Moses throw his staff down and became a serpent, but the Pharaoh headdress is called Urias. That's a serpent also, which is the serpent of serenity. What I'm saying, sovereignty. What I'm saying though is that through this is what I'm drawing is that this power right here, yes, it's called Urias.
There you go.
The Pharaoh had one on his headdress. It was a serpent and it was a buzzer.
You talking about the same? You ain't talking about the staff. You talking about the
no. Pharaoh had a cobra on his headdress. Okay, it's called Urias. Now, what I'm saying is that serpent, serpent from back into the garden into the serpent until today, that serpent still exists. But that serpent laid an egg and they gave a baby to a flying serpent, which is called Caduceus.
Somebody get Revelations 12. Check this out, brother.
It started as a serpent, it ended up as what I'm saying to make it simple, it started as a serpent. ended up as a dragon in Revelation. But what I'm trying to, my point is this, because it's like a lot of things I like to say, brother. My mind got jumping around. Like, where do I start at?
Yeah, I'll pause
because I don't know y'all, but you know,
Revelation 12
like
and 9.
But, I mean, my thing is that
Revelation 12 and 9.
This is Revelation chapter 12.
This is the serpent.
Verse 9. And the great dragon was cast out, that old serpent called the devil.
That's both in one conversation. He said the dragon and the serpent. That dragon and the serpent was cast out. That old serpent called the devil. Now let's see who that is. You know who that was? Go up to verse 1.
All right.
Go verse 2.
It's Revelation 12 and 2.
Verse 1, so he get to understand it.
All right. 12 and 1. It says, and there appeared,
we just building, man.
And there appeared a great wonder in heaven, a woman clothed with the sun and the moon under her feet, and upon her head and a crown of 12 stars.
We know who that is. What's that woman? That woman is who? Israel. The Lord, like, somebody got that? Likened us to a comely and delicate woman? I can speak it non-verbatim, but take your time too, brother. But it said what? Under her feet was what? The sun and the moon. That represents knowledge and wisdom that was given to Israel only. He said when he gave us the laws, he said, this is your wisdom in the sight of the nations. All right? So that wisdom represents that light, just like the sun.
Jeremiah chapter 6, verse 2. I have likened the daughter of Zion to a comely and delicate woman.
There you go. The same woman, the same church. And the same church that was spoken of in Solomon. You know, the Song of Solomon.
yes, sir.
He spoke about the church, his woman. You know what I mean? That he loves us like his woman, like a servant. All right, go ahead, brother.
Verse 2, Revelation 12.
That's Israel. 12 tribes of Israel. Go ahead.
And she being with child, cried travailing in birth, and pain to be delivered.
See, when did that happen? See, that happened in Egypt, but it also happened in the Roman Empire. All right, it happened in the Roman Empire. They're going to tell you who the serpent is. Go ahead, brother.
Verse 3. And there appeared another wonder in heaven, and behold, a great red dragon,
There you go.
having 7 heads and 10 horns and 7 crowns upon his head.
What's that? That's called the what? That was called the 10 common markers of the Roman Empire. Later today called the EU, the European Union. So that's the
Broken pieces.
But you see where I'm going with it though?
It wasn't they died. They all broke pieces made 7.
So who would that be? That would be these people right here. There you go. That's the serpent, not the Egyptians.
No.
Not the snake, not a real snake. But this is the serpent.
The serpent, I learned the serpent is an authority.
But we just read it,
Right.
yeah.
What I was breaking down is what I was trying. Like I say, I'm trying to say too much. And it's
No, I don't even agree with you,
What I'm-
except for the Egyptian part.
But no.
You know?
Let me help you understand the Egyptian part. Okay. My thing is this right here. Is that when I'm saying
brother,
it was a
man.
certain knowledge. When you went to when the serpent was talking to the woman at the tree, he was speaking wisdom. He said the serpent was the most subtle beast of the field. This is the
I
wisest.
think it was actually
The
snake
wise.
or a
No.
person. That's cool. That's got
It was no. It was nothing like that.
Right?
Yo, yes.
Right.
It's a man. So what I'm saying is though, is that through that authority he had wisdom. That same wisdom, what I'm trying to explain to you, it was in Egypt. It's wisdom because I said the Pharaoh had it on his headdress.
I'm talking about worldly wisdom.
It was dark wisdom because the dark wisdom came from the giants. When they laid with the women, and they did is they brought the giants.
Yeah, go to that one too.
The giants and the women, you know what I'm saying? They taught the women certain things. And that's where you get witchcraft and everything. And mainly it was women doing this, so it became
We know they like a bunch of topics.
All right, do you not understand? Say the word Israel in the Hebrew is Yasharallah. I mean Yah, Shar, Prince, Allah, power, Prince of God, right?
Sure.
So the sons of God back in Genesis time, we're talking about the us before we were called Israel.
Yes, sir.
All right, so the sons of Adam, the Adamites, right?
Yes, sir.
So those were the sons of God that made it with the daughters of men, because the men you got the children of men, you got the children of the righteous, and the children of the wicked. All right, so the children of the wicked is Esau, the children of the righteous is Israel, and the children of men are these other nations. So what happened was we were looking at these other nations at that time. He didn't want us mingling around with these other nations.
Right.
So we were looking at these other nations, and we made it with these other nations. And what happened? They started to have children, but these children were still Israelites. Before we called these children were still sons of God, but they were being raised in the customs of the other nations.
True.
So now they became renowned men,
True.
right? Following behind the customs of these other nations. So now you have renowned men amongst these other nations. when they were supposed to be remain within us. So that's where it was. It was the giants were talking about. That they're talking about for the sons of Anak.
Okay.
All right. So now, like the Philistines, Goliath.
Where would you get that from?
Huh? That's
Scriptures.
the
I
scripture.
want to understand. Where is it in the Bible?
We get it, man. I mean, we got. All right,
That's
look at
straight-
it.
straight
Look
from
at
the
it.
horse's
I'm
mouth.
saying the reason why I asked that, bro, because
get
if we're dealing with that in the book, I can take you to the book. I can take you to what I'm telling you.
Okay.
What I'm saying is that, you know what I mean? If
Oh,
I'm
so
telling
we're
you
gonna
something in
still
the book, I
strictly.
can
Are
take
you gonna
to
take us
the
trying to
book.
take us outside this book?
No, no, sir. I'm
Okay,
we gonna
okay,
stay
okay.
in the book. We're not gonna go outside the book. There's nothing outside the book. There's nothing outside that book.
All right, you got
That book is living. It's alive today.
There were giants of them.
You think poor them and the ones that were keeping the Egyptian children when they told them to kill them? Don't you think that still exists today? What you think that still exists today?
What's your name?
Poor.
Can somebody get
And poor and the two ones who delivered the babies for the Hebrews that the Pharaoh told poor them to kill the male child and save the female Hebrew alive.
That's exactly
All right,
what he
okay.
went in.
What
No,
I'm saying is
remember when he
that
read
still
that?
exists today,
When we
that is
read
still
that in
happening to
Revelation
them.
chapter
That's how the book
12,
is alive.
that's what he said. It happened one time dealing with Moses, and it also happened again dealing with Yahweh Shai.
Yes.
The same thing happened where they said to kill all the first male childs because they were trying to find the Messiah,
doing
the
that
King of the
today.
Jews. All right, so that's where it happened. That's the two parts that he was talking about where it happened.
Oh, I say the book is still alive. That book is
Oh,
alive.
yeah,
It's still
yeah.
happening. It's happening right now. It's moving. It's told a
Can
story.
somebody get the
Then,
lexicon
and it's
for
happening
Numbers
right now.
13 and 33? We can go straight to it. Chapter 4. See something real quick. Yeah, Numbers 13 and 29. Actually, 13 and 28 all the way to 33.
Okay, 6 and 4.
You got that one? Giants. All right, we're gonna need it for this chapter too.
Genesis chapter 6 and verse 4 of the word giants.
Giants.
Yep.
All right, this is Genesis 6 and 1. And it came to pass when men began to multiply on the face of the earth, and daughters were born unto them, the sons of God saw the daughters of men that they were fair, and they took them wives, all which they had chosen.
See that? So even today, we're still called the sons of God. You know, just like the brother broke down to you. Just Yasha'Allah, the princes of the Most High.
I got a
All right.
precept. All right. Psalms 82 and 6. I have said, ye are gods, and all of you are children of the Most High.
There you go.
But ye shall die like men and fall like one of the princes.
So we gotta be clear on that. That he's talking to us being the sons of God. All right. You know what I mean? All right, go ahead. So now, like giants, you know what I mean? So now let's get an understanding on the word giant real quick. Go ahead.
All right. It says, Genesis 6 and 2, that the sons of God saw the daughters of men that they were fair, and they took them wives.
The daughters of men and the sons of men. Right. Go ahead. The other nations.
All which they chose. And the Lord said, my spirit shall not always strive with man, for that he is also is flesh, yet his days shall be 120 years.
Mm-hmm.
There were giants in the earth.
See that? Go ahead.
There were giants in the earth in those days. And also after that, when the sons of God came into the daughters of men, and they bare children to them, the same became mighty men, which were of old, men of renown.
There you go. That's the focus. Men of renown, men of fame, right?
Adam is the sons of God.
Let's get the word Genesis real quick. Yeah, Adam's the sons of God, right? That's right. Children of the Most High, you know. Yeah, get that word giants real quick.
This is the Hebrew lexicon for the word giants. It means set upright.
Oh, what the Hebrew word? What's the word there? Hebrew word?
Hebrew word is ken, K-E-N.
Hold on, let me find it.
You got it? Yeah, there you go. I was like, what is it, Ken? It's just, okay, here you go. So that Hebrew word there would be Napoleon.
Yes, sir.
All right? It means a fallen one. That's when we fell. All right? So what did the Lord say going to happen to Lucifer? Lucifer's going to fall too. So who's Lucifer? Lucifer represents these guys.
Yes, sir.
The Illuminati. They're going to fall like lightning to the earth.
Yes, sir.
All right? So just like we fell, they're going to fall. All right? Now let's get a different understanding on the giants. So now we know that word giant, just because it said that in English, doesn't mean like tall people, you know, walking around just giants.
So when you say it in Hebrew, it means
It means the fallen. Let's get it again. This what it means right here. Oh, you got a different one?
Yeah.
It's Napoleon, right?
Yeah.
Yep. What it say? Napoleon. Yeah, what it say? The definition?
It says giants. It doesn't go into the.
It means a feller, somebody that fell.
All right. It says to fall, to cast down, to fall.
You said Adam, the son of God, correct? And he has Eve, which is his wife, right? Which is a woman. And then you have the sons of men that you said was the other ones, right? That was on the outside. Probably where Cain got his wife from. You trying to say man or not?
Yep.
Come out that way? Come out that? Okay, well, he had a wife too. What made her different from Eve?
Chosen.
So why?
Like
No, what I'm saying is that
Mary different.
why would the sons of God see the desire of the daughters of men? Right. If the men wives look just like their wives, and their wives are more noble.
I don't know. All I know is the Lord chose Adam and he chose Eve. Just like he chose Joseph and he chose Mary. He said, "Blessed art thou among women." That was it. That's the only difference.
You know the story is we're not throughout all the ancient teachings, right?
But who did he give the wisdom to? That's what. That's see that. So even today, he didn't give the wisdom to the nations. So that's the focus. Who is going to start his spirit building upon? Go ahead, brother. You got a point?
Because I was going to add on to that. Who he gave his spirit to? Because Adam and Eve, even though they were all called the Adamites at their time, it wasn't just them, just Adam or just Eve. It was the first ones that noticed that they were naked, meaning that they was without the breath of life, without the law, the wisdom, knowledge, understanding of the Lord.
So let's get into the other definition of the word giant. We can get off that topic.
But before we leave topic, I will have a better overstanding. I don't want to be like,
what
was you saying? Okay, so what you're saying is that, okay, would that happen? Well, after the time of the flood, who was all left? Whose son was that? Who were they?
Who were they? They were still the sons of God.
So that was all that was left. Them. So everything that you see now comes from them, right?
Right. Yeah.
So all of them come from them. All of them come from then. Then everybody now here today, there's the Cain mindset may be here, but the Cain flesh ain't his son. Only how they can become a son through mindset, through evil. Because it's a mindset. Because the razor Yahweh.
Noah is a direct descendant of Adam. See what I'm saying? That's how we all come from Adam through Noah.
And Noah was righteous.
So everybody now is through.
But you have the three separations of the nations with the three sons, Ham, Shem, and Japheth. And he chose through Shem, all right, for his Shem. Then from Shem, you had Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. So that's where the righteous bloodline comes, and that's why he doubled it all the way back. It's like how you breathe breath in Adam's nostrils. Even though there were many people on this earth at that time, all right, out of the three sons of Noah, who did he give that breath to? To Shem. All right, Shem. That's how we get our language through Eber. Our fact said Eber. All right, and then you got Abraham, Isaac, and then Jacob. Yes, and those are ones that are going to be able to carry on that breath of life. Yes, but at this point in time, 2/3 of our people are wearing the covering of the other nations. Right. So they're acting in the form of the serpent.
That's what it's about. I'm gonna keep speaking. Genesis 6 and 8. This is the point. All right.
Yes, sir.
But Noah found grace in the eyes of the Lord. These are the generations of Noah. Noah was a just man and perfect in his generations, and Noah walked with the Most High. See, that's the difference. That's the separation. It's about his spirit.
Right. See, that's what.
And that's why he didn't perish in the flood.
Yes. But like I said, brother, like I said, y'all have the knowledge. You have it. And I mean, I've been studying this for a long time, man. Like I said, I teach it. And like I said, I've been through all the cycles of the knowledge. You know what I mean? Not all of them. Like I said, you can never complete.
What's that, Proverbs?
None of this. You can never complete.
Wisdom curves on
learning. Yeah. You're gonna learn all the way to. It's gonna be. You're always gonna be learning. Ever.
Right, man. But the Lord said He's gonna set it up like this for us.
My mission was to get people to come together so we can learn. We can take this thing to
the
master in the lower
classes.
We can start doing some betterment of what's going on. Because, like I'm saying, that we can start together. We can rattle them together, and then we can get our own. We can have our own. We can make our own stuff like Yahweh ben Yahweh. He set the stage.
Yeah, Yahweh ben Yahweh was him. Yahweh ben Yahweh was an idol that the Lord destroyed.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is though, when he came, yes, he may have did that. He may have had some whatever going on with him.
Yeah,
okay, but what I'm saying is though, the message that he came with though, he brought some people into the light.
Oh, what light? We're giving you the light. The light deals with wisdom, not with money. He was trying to set up a community. And the Lord never said do that.
Okay,
The Lord
how
said,
would you know this? Where would you get your knowledge from?
all from the Bible. I'm telling you, everything
No,
I'm
I'm talking
speaking.
about
This
Yahweh
I got
and
precept.
Yahweh.
And he did.
I did his, yeah, and he out of here. But I did my history on that guy. I did my history on
it, but
on Miami and everything. I know about all that.
From Miami, and he was Cardinal.
Yeah, he was Cardinal, man. And he had all the rings and everything.
He did
You
prison
from- you
time.
know-
He did prison
Yeah,
time.
I don't know him.
He
Like I
judged the
said, I
tree.
don't know.
He
But
judged
like
the
I
tree
said-
by its fruits, though.
but
You're
like I
supposed to
said,
do
I
that.
don't know him. I just
He
know
used
that.
the word and ran basically
Just like any other pastor,
like
church pastor. Yeah,
basically used it like a cult.
yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
But my thing is, right, I probably shouldn't have said him. I'm just saying Marcus. Okay, but let's say Marcus Messiah God. You can't
Look,
argue
look,
that.
look. Everybody got a problem with Marcus Garvey. Like,
Okay, yeah, I know you can't have a problem with Marcus Messiah God because he did. He actually did. He did things that right now is mind blowing. You know
Yeah,
what
I
Like
mean,
I'm
he
saying,
did,
we-
but
that's
it
one
was
thing
for
because
carnal prosperity
if you
because
have the knowledge,
that's not going to bring us to the Most High, though. And I get we're supposed to have that revolutionary type spirit, but we're supposed to do it according to His way. I got to preach up the ring.
yeah, go ahead, bro.
This is Proverbs chapter 1, verse 20. Wisdom crieth out. She uttered her voice in the streets. She cried in the chief place of concourse, in the openings of the gates in the city. She uttered her words, saying, how long, ye simple ones, will ye love simplicity? And the scorners delight in their scorning, and fools hate knowledge. So we come out here, we're not trying to build a community in the midst of a place that's about to be destroyed. We're trying to gather the people together through the spirit. Bring that out real quick. Through the spirit of Yahweh Bashim Yahushai, and give them a way to escape what's about to happen. Read that real quick.
That's right. That's where it's at.
This is Isaiah chapter 34, verse 16. Seek ye out of the book of the Lord, Yahweh Bashim Yahushai, and read.
So that's our main focus, and we got to understand what the words that are being told to us in this book, because these prophecies are being told to us to gather together His elect and give them a sense of hope and a way to escape this upcoming judgment. Go ahead.
No one of these shall fail, none shall want her mate.
So all these, he says, seek out of this book and read, because all these other books, all them things are gonna fail, man. They ain't gonna even come to pass. They're gonna lead you right to up Shit's Creek. But these words right here spoken by not even the book, it's the words, the spirit that you have to have on you to understand these words in this book. Go ahead.
It says, for my mouth it hath commanded, and his spirit it hath gathered them.
So we just read wisdom crieth out in the streets. So that's the men of the Lord, the voice of the Lord. His mouth is commanded. He's given a calling unto his elect. Yo, this destruction is about to come. And by us being out here speaking the truth, the ones that it falls down on, the spirit is going to gather his elect.
Manage that real quick.
Okay.
John 15:12. Brother Marcus Garvey, and your point. This is my commandment, that ye love one another as I have loved you. So somebody say, I love you, brother, but check this out. Greater love have no man than this, that a man lay down his life for his friends. Ye are my friends if you do so whatsoever I command you. So Yahweh shall die for us. So the Black Panthers, none of them can do for us what Yahweh shall do.
what I'm saying, but I understand what you're saying.
feel me?
But the thing about it is,
It's all about him.
with that type of love that's talking about, I really understand that, because
Right.
the simple fact is,
He
brother,
died for us.
right? Understand, brethren, that when you have that type of love, you know what I mean, it exceeds all other love. What I'm saying is, because right now it ain't that type of love in the world. Because the simple fact is, no, it ain't.
You got the Black Panthers.
Nah, man,
what's
you
his
don't have
name?
that type of love in the world. You know why?
Yeah.
Because more people, you know why
Yeah,
people love.
yeah, they want to die for their
this
people,
my
but
son.
it's gonna be for no.
I
it's
love
gonna be
him
for
because
vanity.
what? Because he's my son. I love this dude because this is my daughter. Or I do this here because that's difference, man. That's a difference
that's
between
emotional.
that ain't right. You see
That's
what I'm saying?
emotional, yeah.
Everybody, what I'm
But
saying.
this is love right here.
This is love.
This is love.
That's what I'm saying. But and what I'm saying is that's why you have people right now. If their child was to come to them, they'll give them this. But if somebody else come to them, they'll be like, no, I ain't giving you anything, because you get it, the separation. This is no, that's not love.
Right.
Your brother
right,
asked
right.
you
That's not love.
You know what I mean?
But
That's a selfish love.
but it's our job to
Selfish
teach
love
them.
meaning that selfish love is that I love this here because it has something, because it's a part of me. It has something to do with me, or it came from me. That's a selfish love. When real love, man, is don't have those ties, don't have
Right.
all
What's that, John?
It's
What's
just-
that, John?
It's pure like that.
First John.
So I understand
14,
the word
15.
about the love, but if we had that there, we wouldn't need to, So I don't see how you gonna get that in the community.
listening
But I'm
completely.
saying we
I'm
can do is try to
precept.
come together so we can try to build, you know what I mean, and we can come out of this mess by building, by building business and structures.
No, not businesses. Business is not going to do anything. Cause what's that? What's that?
Well, in the Bible, we always say he said I should bring them out of wealth from what?
What he said? Bag of holes.
Haggai.
Haggai.
I'm asking you a question though. He said, when I bring you from over here, I'm gonna bring you from over here with what? Great what?
Yeah, Matthew 7 and 9.
What are you talking about?
Wealth.
The great substance?
He
That was
said
when we
it. He
came
said
out.
it.
Yeah, I was about to say,
No,
yeah,
he's talking about
man.
when he brings us from over
Nah, I
here.
ain't
Go to
say that.
Deuteronomy 20. You go to Deuteronomy 28. And you
Let's
read
go
the
to
story.
it. We're gonna go to it.
When you go to Deuteronomy 28, it's gonna take you from the story from when they brought us here by the
Yeah.
eagle, bringing us over here, and no man shall buy you, meaning
Yeah.
nobody gonna be able to deliver you out of slavery to the appointed time.
That's right.
And when you go further and you look down, it's gonna tell you, I'm gonna bring them up out of Egypt. This Egypt.
That's talking about that Egypt with great substance. That's when we left out when we was taking chains up their neck. Like we was walking out like, I'll take that from you.
We had
But in this society, you know the proof to cut that? The Lord said what? Flesh and blood should not inherit the kingdom of heaven. So we ain't gonna take nothing into those chariots with us.
Yeah, all this gonna be destroyed. And
All that's gonna be destroyed.
That's why he told the prophets, when you go out,
When
take
he
no
used the word
purse, take
inherit.
nothing with you.
He said, flesh and blood won't inherit. I'm a spirit.
So we can't take nothing.
It's
in.
housed in the body.
These bodies gonna change.
I'm
Hey,
a spirit. It's housed in the
Where your
body.
pockets at with
Am
the
I my
spirit?
spirit or am I my body?
I mean, you're the spirit, but
Okay, if I'm a spirit,
Yeah,
then
it's
what I'm
called
saying is
reincarnation.
though, the flesh is a difference, bro. Flesh is
So you
flesh
mean
is
to tell
nothing,
me
and the spirit is the
the
man.
clothing on your back in the business, you're gonna carry that to the kingdom.
No, brother. This is what I'm trying to tell you.
I'm trying to show you the importance.
Yes,
you
sir.
know, even back 2,000 years ago,
Yes, sir.
when the Lord called Peter,
Yes,
they
sir.
were fishers.
Yes, sir.
But you know, everybody looked at them like, "Yo, you gonna leave your job and follow this man?
Yes, sir.
What are you doing? It's of no purpose." Yo, yes, it was. But we still read about Peter today,
Yes, sir.
and he was the foundation of our salvation that
Yes,
Yahweh Shah set up.
Yes, sir.
So that's what this is important. It
Yes,
might seem like nothing. But, what's that? Wisdom of Solomon chapter 5. Go ahead, brother. But yeah,
I got a proof. Oh, my lucky.
Or this book of 2 Timothy, chapter 4, starting at verse 3. For the time will come when they will not endure sound doctrine, but after their own lust shall they heap to themselves teachers having itching ears. And they shall turn away their ears from the truth and shall be turned unto fables. And I'm bringing this out because this is the sound doctrine that you kind of deafening your ear to, you know, and you hearken unto other things. But this is that sound doctrine, like the elder told you earlier. Like this is the love. This is that sound doctrine. This is what you need for salvation. You know, I'm talking about starting businesses and all that's well and good, but none of that's gonna get us up out of here.
Okay, what's gonna get us out of here?
Oh, check this out. Go ahead. Haggai.
I got it.
You got it.
This is Haggai 1 and 6. Ye have sown much and bring in little.
So we sown much in this society. Look at all the work we've done here. Look at Floyd Mayweather. You can't get no richer than that. All right, go ahead.
Ye eat, but ye have not enough.
We eat. We still don't have enough. You know, Esau right there. You got to pay mortgages. They running it. The dragon, the serpent is running it. Go ahead.
Ye drink, but ye are not filled with drink.
Right? They drink and they go here to these places, all these churches and mosques. I think the bull on there too, ain't he? Where you at? There you go. No, that's a Muslim, man.
Oh, my bad. He look like him.
That ain't him, man.
I don't think it.
But we gotta put him on here. Cause he was a false prophet. Look at all these false prophets. You think he ain't gonna be on there too?
Drew Ali on there too.
Yeah, him too. All of them. All right, go ahead. Cause he was teaching two different doctrines. You know, Jew Ali.
It says, ye clothe you, but there is none warm.
Right. So ye clothe you, but there is none warm. So people got all these different coverings in these churches. That's just the devil, bro. Ignore that shit. Yeah, just to throw you off. Yeah. That serious? No.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But our people are covered with all these false doctrines. Just like Adam tried to cover himself, right? That's what they're talking about. Not cover himself physically, but he was trying to hide up on these other nations, just like our people doing today. Go ahead.
It says, and he that earneth wages to put into a bag with holes.
Right. So when you go put your money in the bank, they already got it from birth certificates, sweat equity. You know, we spending the dollars creating more debt. And that's what's going to destroy this place. The Lord said that in Habakkuk 2. He said, what? Thou that laden thyself with thick clay. That thick clay is talking about debt. And America is full of debt. So we got to wait for the Lord to destroy this place. Right. We can come together all we want. But the Lord said again, how can two walk together unless we be agreed? Right. Because at some point, we're going to come down to prayer. We're going to come down to something. Eating. Somebody going to eat some pork. We're going to come down to celebrate. Somebody going to celebrate something wrongly. You get what I'm saying? And the Lord said, what? Go ahead, I'm gonna get a precept too.
I got one.
Yep. Good. Whatever you're gonna bring up.
I was gonna mention that, according to Zechariah 13 and 8, that 2/3 of the Lord's people will be left here, the rock, to be in the midst of the fire, the the second death.
Yes, sir.
Which the second death is the lake of fire, the ICBM missiles, the third world's war. So if the Lord's going to destroy the majority of our people, the Lord working in few numbers. The Lord ain't dealing with a majority of quantity. He's dealing with a quality. And that's why we speak on things like the elect, the 1/3, men, women, and children that's going to be saved. That's what's written in the scriptures. Only 1/3 will be saved. 1/3 will be saved out of the whole 100% of Israel. Everybody ain't go be saved out of this second Egypt like he saved everybody out of the first Egypt. Because just as they bottled up and took those chains after they left the first Egypt, 2/3 of our people took those jewelry and melted it down and worship a golden calf.
And they want to go back into Egypt.
So the Lord ain't saving all our people.
How you gonna do it?
How we gonna do what?
What you telling me? How can you deliver the people?
How can we do it?
How can you deliver the people?
Let's get that. Solomon chapter 5. Let's start with this real quick. I'm gonna lead you right in. Exodus 34:14. For thou shalt worship no other God, for Yahweh, whose name is jealous, is a jealous God. He don't like no other name. That's very important, you know. All right, go ahead. Let's run
the book of Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 5 and verse 1. Then shall a righteous man stand in great boldness before the face of such have afflicted him and made no account of his labors. When they see it, they shall be troubled with terrible fears and shall be amazed at the strangeness of his salvation, so far beyond all that they look for. And they repenting and groaning for anguish of spirit shall say within themselves, this was he whom we had sometimes in derision, a proverb of reproach. We fools accounted his life madness and his end to be without honor. How is he numbered among the children of Yahweh, and his lot is among the saints?
So that's how we're going to free our people. Not us really freeing our people, but the spirit of the Lord being placed on his elect, given a calling. He said, wisdom crieth out in the streets. So anytime he delivered us, he sent a prophet out. He sent Moses out. The same thing we're doing right here, that's what Moses was doing, hyping up the people. And what did Pharaoh say? Oh, they calling upon their God because they are idle. So he put more work on them. Yeah, so that to have the mindset, well, we need to start businesses, we need to do this. That's what the devil wants you to do. Because guess what? That takes away time for you can be spending freeing the Lord's people by giving them the truth. So we that's what did the scripture say? He that try to save his life shall lose it. He that loses his life for my name's sake shall find it. So now what does that mean? That means separating yourself from the world. And that's why he said in John chapter 17, he said, don't take them out of the world, but protect them from the evils from this world. So to have that mindset to try to build a community, right? When people have all different types of walks of life, have all different types of ways of thought processes, and you're trying to put them in one building, that's going to create confusion and conflict.
Spiritually, that's right.
That's why in Proverbs it say it's a way that may seem right to a man, but that way is the end of death. That's why you say you overstand, and that's why you kind of overthinking it right now. That's why the simple thing to do is just teach the scriptures, what the Lord instructed us to do. Come out on the highways and byways, teach the scriptures, and bid as many as we can to the marriage, like fishers, being fishers and men.
I understand what you're saying.
I got a precept. It's 1 Corinthians chapter 1 and verse 21.
Oh, go to 18. How's it going today?
Come on, verse 18.
That's where I'm going.
For the preaching of the cross is to them that perish foolishness.
There you go.
But unto us which are saved, it is the power of Yahweh.
That's where the power is at. It's all about Yahweh Shai and what he did for us. Right? That he died for us. He went up on the cross for us. So we have a chance to be delivered from the judgment that's coming. It's coming upon everybody, upon the whole world. That's the focus. Money can't save us from that. All right, go ahead.
For it is written, I will destroy the wisdom of the wise and will bring to nothing the understanding of the prudent.
That's right, man. That's what the brother just read in Wisdom of Solomon 5. You know, when the truth shows up and the prophecies play out, and we got the spirit of the Lord is what? The spirit of prophecy. So go ahead. And when Yahweh been Yahweh, he wasn't teaching prophecy.
Verse 20. Where is the wise? Where's the scribe? Where's the disputer of this world? Have not Yahweh made foolishness the wisdom of this world? For after that, in the wisdom of Yahweh, by Hashem Yahweh Shai, the world by wisdom knew not Yahweh.
That's the focus. Go ahead.
It pleased God by the foolishness of preaching to save them that believe.
So you ask me how are we going to do it? How can we save our people? This is how. He chose to the foolish. It looks like foolishness to people, but this is it. This is how we get our reward. All right, that's in what is that? 2nd Ezra chapter 9.
Right, I got it for you.
Go ahead, brother. 2nd Ezra chapter 9. That's spirit.
And I'm gonna start at verse 6. Even so, times also of the highest have plain beginnings in wonders and powerful works and endings in effects and signs. And every one that shall be saved and shall be able to escape by his works and by faith whereby ye have believed.
That's how we get out of here.
By
his works.
faith.
Not by getting money.
By his works.
By his works.
And by his faith.
And by his faith. But what? Faith is the substance of things hoped for, the evidence of things not seen. So how did Abraham show his faith? Abraham did what?
Action.
But through action, bro.
Action.
You got it. You got it. All right.
So what I'm saying.
Now building a community, that's not the action that the Lord did.
I understand.
When he showed up, what did he do? He taught from the book of Isaiah. And he went out every week.
You know why Yahshua said, his disciples asked him a question, a powerful question. He said, why do you speak to them in parables? And what did he say? So they will not understand.
He said, because it was given unto you to understand the mysteries of the kingdom of heaven, but unto them it was not given. Why wasn't it given to them?
He did say, so they will
But why
not
wasn't it given to them?
understand.
Because they didn't believe on him.
He said,
But he's
it's
the
given unto
doorway.
you.
Yeah, because they believed on him.
That's given to the elect. But the elect, check this out. 2 Chronicles 7:14. If my people, which are called by my name, talking about Israel, shall humble themselves and pray and seek my face, meaning seek Yahushua his son, and turn from their wicked ways, meaning their own way, then will I hear from heaven and will forgive their sin and will heal their land. So that's it. That's all we need. We need to get our people to stop calling on these false names. And as a unity, we all call on the true name Yahweh together as a people, and he's going to deliver us the same way he delivered us out of first Egypt.
So how can I help us do that? How can we get this?
That's how we gave you the flyer, you know, trying to get into the study.
So we start with the flyer.
We start with
and
that in scripture. Say what? Study to show thyself approved.
Yahweh told me is that the knowledge of this world is foolishness.
Look at that study that shows yourself approved.
And a man, in this world right here, it's certain rules that you're gonna play by, because Satan is the god of this world. Satan is the god of this world. Yahshua said it himself out of his own mouth that Satan is the god of this world. And what happened was when Satan came with the duality. And when he came with the duality, he's showing us when we have perfect balance. If we have this perfect balance, man, that's where everything gonna be weighed between these balances. And what I'm trying to say, not to be overly righteous and not to be overly wicked. That's when you go to the book of wisdom. You see that. But what I'm saying, when it manifests is that when you say, well, how can you deliver them? If we was to go into, if we was to go out right now, we go out now into a project, and we stand out there, and we talk to these young men out here in these projects, and you can tell them, hey man, this here and this here and that. They're gonna say, okay, bro, I hear what you're saying, but guess what? I cannot, because the echo of my empty pockets is louder than your voice. So what are you gonna do at this point? That's what I'm asking you. That's what I'm saying. Things that I'm talking about to set things in place, brother, is that when you own this mass right here, when you own this land right here, you can say money ain't nothing, but you're gonna pay taxes. You gonna pay. You gonna pay. So you
we
gonna
didn't say that. We didn't say that.
Understand.
We're saying that what the scriptures say. Also, the scriptures say money shall be used as a defense. You're gonna pay your bills with it, yeah.
Achieve that. So when I say something about business, I'm giving you a better understanding of what I mean when I say about business.
But what I'm saying about business is that
you need that in order to get back in this.
You know, lockdown is coming. The next lockdown is coming.
Yeah, of course.
So how the business is gonna save anybody,
bro? Because you're gonna have something to be able to. Listen, okay.
Now name a business out there that's helping everybody.
Let me show you right now. I get the money right now. You know what I can do? I can build certain things. I can build certain things to get around what's coming. Yahweh will deliver certain things. He'll give you the money gonna come because Yahshua he collected himself.
What did he tell
He had money because Judas was the one who kept.
What about Black Wall Street and all the places they bombed?
What did Peter say? What did Peter say when he saw the crippled man at the gates of Beautiful?
The crippled man is right here. You see him sleeping out there. You see him sleeping out there. You can see him sleeping out there right now. That's them right there.
What did Peter say to the crippled man?
We can go back in the day and try to understand back in the day, but back in the day, it don't do nothing for me today unless I correlate with what's going on today.
The scriptures say, if you come to serve the Lord, prepare our soul for temptation. You know what I'm saying?
And that's what I'm saying.
So this ain't no easy fight.
Yes,
you know
sir.
what I'm saying? When you come to serve the Lord, you're gonna go through affliction. That's about entering in the kingdom. And Ezra just say, in order to enter into the broad, how could you go into the broad?
The book say I had to become as them to draw them in.
Right. And that's straight.
I have to become as them to draw them in.
So you're gonna use the money to draw them in? Why not? He said, "My spirit shall draw them."
His spirit
Nah,
is the
scripture
spirit
say
is right
the
here.
spirit shall draw them.
Hey, these people all talked about community. That's dumb.
Them people talking about self.
No.
They got the money.
What it like the elder
They don't
said?
have love.
What did Peter tell?
The love I'm talking about. They do not have.
Peter, he told
You talking about Martin Luther King?
money.
You don't
I
have
have
no
not
love?
for these,
They
but
don't have
I
it.
have something else.
No. In fact, no. None of them have it. You know what I mean? Because right now, you can say right now, there is Muslims right now.
So how would you
Them
say
brothers there,
people?
they got all that. They got all that stuff. They can do a lot of things.
They don't have love,
Because
right?
it's all about.
Joel Osteen, one of the Edomites on this, he's a pastor. He got caught with over $500,000 in a bathroom of a wall like 2-3 weeks ago.
But man, he's saying
He don't got love, like what you're saying. He don't got love, but he got money.
Though I give my body to be burned,
So what is you saying?
and have not love, I have nothing.
Right. And love
So what I'm saying is that I can have everything.
What is
give it
love?
all, do all. That's what I'm trying to tell you. Love is unselfish giving of thyself. It's not just, put it this way. You supposed to love everybody the same way you love your son or your daughter. You don't love everybody the same way you love your son or your daughter, man. I mean, that's how it is. Because this what? Because as a judge, looked at me how he look at his son, he wouldn't sit up there and try to do all that. So he'll try to work with me better. Love is the absence of hate.
No, look at that. John,
it's the opposite of hate.
14, 15, I think
it's the opposite of hate. That's what love is.
Got love?
It's the opposite of hate.
All right, this is love?
Yeah, this is love right here.
There, brother.
All right, this is the book of 1 John,
There you go, 1 John.
chapter 5, verse 2.
Yep.
By this we know that we love the children of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai when we love Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai and keep his commandments. For this is the love of the Most High, that we keep his commandments.
You said the absence of hate, man.
No, it's the same thing I'm saying.
No, it's not.
You can't have hate, bro, when you got love.
No, it's not.
It's a false balance. The Lord said a false balance is abomination, and you can't have love without hate. For instance, you know what I'm saying? You can't, like you said, you can't have the same. You got to have the same love that you have for your daughter and your son out here. So that scripture that was brought out, hey, like scripture say, if you love me, keep my commandments. So therefore, it's house rules. If you don't give them house rules, therefore, like your son and your daughter, they don't abide by the rules, you gonna beat their ass. Same thing with the Lord, man. That's the punishment we're going through. So within this time coming through, when we get this right here, money's not gonna be able to suffice. 2/3 of our people not gonna listen.
On these two rests the whole law. Now you just went to commandments and you said love, right? On these two rests the whole law.
They got precepts they want to bring.
The love what? Y'all, the love y'all with all your heart and love who else? Your brother, man. So that's what I'm trying to tell you. When I explained to you, I told you love, you want me to tell your word. I showed you love, and that's what I'm saying. He's still asking questions. This is I do not understand.
That's what
I don't understand that part.
What you got? You talking about love? We got love, and we trying to give you the scriptures.
Love. I see that.
All right. So what you talking about is the love of these people that they don't have. The world ain't supposed to have love because this world is not of the Lord's.
Right.
So therefore, you can't make this world that's not of the Lord's perfect because the Lord go come and do that. That's what we here to do. We here to tell you the Lord will do that.
Right.
Yes, sir. My point is, through the love that I possess, I want to go and get the brothers out of the hood and out of the ghetto.
Well, you can go and do that. You can go
unrighteously dealt with, killed out here.
What do you hate? What do you hate to make that love so strong?
What do I? What do I hate?
Because you cannot have a hate. To have a strong expression of love, you have to hate something.
Okay.
So what do you hate to make that love so strong?
Okay, I might do hate something.
You hate to see your people look like that. You hate to see your people in them conditions.
What is your point by me hating something? I can hate something.
But the scriptures say the Lord hated the wicked every day. You see what I'm saying? There's a being, there's a nation on this earth that the Most High hates.
That's what I got. Okay, you thinking I said something wrong? There's nothing. No. When he asked me what love is, I said the absence of hate. If you do something in love, there cannot be hate, cannot be present. When truth arrives, falsehood must perish. What I'm trying to say is, brother, is that what I'm saying, when you looking at this,
wicked, we not supposed to hate them.
Excuse me.
If our people wicked, we're not supposed to hate them. But being wicked, hate the wickedness that they do. We're supposed to love them for that.
Yes, that's what he.
Well, I love your wicked ass.
2/3. That's his
I love your wicked ass.
Yeah, I still love him. I still love him.
So this is the love.
You know why? You know why you still love him? Because when Yahshua, when he was doing, they were doing that stuff to him, man. You see that? That's unselfish love. He said, "Forgive them, Father, for they know not what they do."
Yeah, but he rebuked.
So if a man can sit there and be hitting you in your head, and you say, "Love, Father, forgive them," but they don't. That's love, man. You don't have. That's a great. You can't get no greater love.
You won't do that. Walking the day. Somebody go out here and put a gun in your head and beat you to the bloody pulp. You ain't gonna forgive them the next day. You ain't. You go want retribution.
Hey,
you go want revenge.
Yeah. What about this? We love them.
You go want to even the score.
We love these people for this? Nah, the Lord don't love them. Look what they did to us, man. That's love. That's how much they love. They love the shit out of us.
You love them.
Nah, he don't love them. You know the Lord hates them.
I got scripture.
That's Romans
This
13.
is Malachi chapter
He
1,
allowed the
verse
sun
4.
to shine on the righteous and the unrighteous. He said he allowed the sun to shine on the righteous and the unrighteous, bro.
Right, that means we just like animals.
Excuse what I'm saying, bro. You know,
This is Malachi chapter 1 and 2. I have loved you, saith the Lord, yet ye say, wherein hast thou loved us?
Yeah, people are like, yo, the Lord don't love us. Go ahead.
Was not Esau Jacob's brother, saith the Lord? Yet I loved Jacob, and I hated Esau, and laid his mountains and his heritage waste for the dragons of the wilderness. So, like I asked you before, for you to have that strong amount of love within you, what do you hate? Because it's a balance. How can you understand love without hate?
let's analyze the word hate and love. In the Hebrew language, in the Hebrew language, when you take a look at the word love, you're looking up the word hate. That's what we need. When we look up that, I'm gonna show you the difference between the word faith and the let me see what it say. But they say through faith and what else? But through these words, when you actually look up these words,
Quick question, real quick. Can you understand light without understanding darkness?
How so?
Huh?
How so?
That's the same thing. You cannot understand what love is without understanding what hate is.
Hey, we're kind of getting way deep into the conversation, but no, we're gonna continue. I ain't gonna stop what you're saying, but I see what's happening here. But before we start,
oh, come on,
we always do. We just started off, started talking. I didn't know, but we kind of getting deep into it. So let's go ahead and do our opening. Before we start, man, we usually give honor to the Most High and His Son in the true name, and honor to our elders. All right, so we're gonna do that too. You want to say call, Halayim, La, Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Rakah, Kodash, Ma'amah. All right, double honor to the elder apostles of GMS and their elders, and shalom to you, Akim and Akwatim and children that believe in sincerity and truth around the four corners of the earth. All right, let's go ahead and keep going with your point, brother. The light and the darkness.
Yeah, Con. So, like, to understanding the true balance. All right, somebody get we finna get real deep. Somebody get Romans chapter 8, verse 20. So why do you think we're subject to sin? So we understand what righteousness is. So you cannot understand love at all until you understand hate. You have to have something that's drawing you to love something, because you have to hate that. You got to have the true balance. The Most High is not the author of confusion. He's a perfect balance, showing the difference between the two. Because if you love something and you don't hate anything, you wouldn't know what hate is. Because you're going to end up hating what you love. All right. Somebody, you got it, Romans 8 and 20?
I got it.
All right, bring it out real quick.
It's Romans 8 and 20. For the creature was made subject to vanity, not willingly, but by reason of him who have subjected the same in hope.
So now we are made subject to sin, not willingly, but it's to get a true understanding of the balance. We didn't understand what wickedness is until it was exposed to us by the serpent, that wicked individual. All right, so now they're still flourishing to this day, being wicked. So now we have to separate ourselves from this wickedness with righteousness. But if we didn't understand, we were supposed to see it from afar off, but now we're amongst it. So it became a part of our flesh. All right.
Hebrews 12 and 6. For whom the Lord loveth, he chasteneth, and scourgeth every son whom he receiveth.
And that's showing the balance. Because what is he chastening you? He's chastening you, getting wickedness out of you, showing you what true love is. So he's going to chastise you, and this is our chastisement. Deuteronomy 28 you spoke on. That's part of our chastisement. What? 1 through 14, 1 through 15 was talking about the blessings that we would get for being obedient. 15 through 68 was talking about the curses we were going to get for being disobedient. So that's the balance. So we're learning righteousness in the midst of wickedness everywhere. So you got to have something that you hate. We despise wickedness, even 2/3 of our people. But this is showing love to our people by coming out here and doing this work, giving them an example of what love is.
And if you don't have hate, that means you don't have the fear of the Lord, man. You know why? Because scripture clearly says, Proverbs 8 and 13, it says the fear of the Lord, Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, is to hate evil, pride and arrogancy, and the evil way and the froward mouth do I hate. So anything that goes up opposing to this doctrine, to the truth, or the foundation of the Lord Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, you hate it. Point blank, period.
Yep, bring it up.
All right, this is the book of Romans, chapter 12, verse 9. Let love be without dissimulation, abhor which is evil, and cleave to that which is good.
So even if 2/3 of our own people are wicked, if they are of Esau, of his way, they took the wine and philosophy of the so-called Caucasian race, Esau, Edom. All right, we are to abhor and hate them as well. All right, until they get in their proper mind. That's why we rebuke them sharply.
And it's not them that we hate their actions.
Right.
You know, because we love all Israel, because we're going to be able to be peaceful with all Israel in the kingdom. But right now, 2/3 of our people are prophesied in the number to the sword. So our job is to come down here and wipe the blood off our hands and warn them, hey man, there's a way that seems right to a man, but that way right there is death. But this is the way of life through Yahweh Shai.
Yep. And it's the book of Malachi chapter 1 and verse 1. The burden of the word of the Lord to Israel by Malachi. I have loved you, saith the Lord, yet ye saying, where hast thou loved us? Right, because that's what Jake say. Where has thou loved us? Look at the conditions we in. We in the hood. We in the ghettos of society. We the last one hired, first one fired. You feel me? But the Lord see all that, man. That's why the Lord reiterates in Revelations 2 and 9. He know thy works and thy tribulation, man. But thou art rich. All right, because we go reap the promises, man. Though it tarry, wait for it, man. The judgment is go come to play, man.
Yeah, you got this point right here. Psalms 23 and 5. Thou preparest the table before me in the presence of my enemies.
And that's what the Lord doing right now, man. He preparing a table right before our enemies, man. Starting with his army men, man. You know, the men that's moved by the Spirit to go out on the highways and byways and prophesy. All right, week in and week out, man. That's the scripture that instruct you to do. All right, through the foolishness of preaching, they're gonna be saved, man.
That's right, man.
I got a real quick point on
that's
this.
the point. Go ahead, brother.
This is Micah chapter 2, verse 8. Even of late, my people is risen up as an enemy. You pull out the robe with the garment from them that pass by securely as men adverse from war. So now that we're getting
no, that's a spiritual battle.
And that's a spiritual battle that we're placing against our people, because we give our people the truth, not our truth, but through the spirit of Yahweh by Shem Yahweh Shai. And then you got individuals that try to give them some other type of covering, that taking the covering that they already have. So now those ones of our people, because the scripture say in Jeremiah, among my people are found wicked men. All right, so now they're trying to take away this covering that just like the serpent did in the garden. Right, so now what did Adam do? He covered himself with the other nations, meaning going after their philosophies and after their ways, and use them as their covering instead of using Yahweh as their covering. So that's what our people tend to do. So now, slacking.
John 4:23. But the hour cometh, and now is, when the true worshipers shall worship the Father in spirit and in truth. For the Father seeketh such to worship him. Yahweh is a spirit, and they that worship him must worship him in spirit and in truth.
So it starts with the name. It starts with the name. All right, so now there's no U's in the Hebrew. All right, there's no E's in the Hebrew. So how can Yahweh or Yahshua be his name? We got to worship, honor him in spirit and in truth. Huh? Points. You can go back to the Holy Tetragrammaton to prove that with the YHWH, it's Yahweh.
Yeah, we have vowel points. Yeah, we have vowel points. Like ours is simple though. It's like a smile or upside down one. And then you have diacritic marks. That was added in by the Masoretes though. That was Esau did that. They added that in with the Yiddish. They did that around the 8th century.
Right.
AD.
So the vowel points to help people understand what the words were saying, because everybody wasn't learned back then.
But the vowel points was cool, but it's just the diacritic marks. That was added in by the Masoretes, which was wrong. They wasn't supposed to do that.
Because everybody was starting to learn. Like, okay, the thing,
like English.
Everybody didn't know how to read. I try to tell people all the time. Back then, everybody didn't have math. Everybody didn't know how to read. So you know what I mean. So certain things was put in place so that those persons could come in and learn it easier.
Yeah, check these out. They want to
learn
read
it
these.
easier. That's why they would learn.
But it's you know, I hear you. I'm just letting them bring their precepts out too.
2 Timothy chapter 2, verse 15. Study to show thyself approved unto Yahweh, a workman that needs not to be ashamed, rightly dividing the word of truth.
That's right. But he said he chose through the foolishness of preaching for us to be saved. So we got to go out and reach our people and tell them to start rightly dividing the word of truth. That's it. And call on the Lord's name in truth and in the spirit. That's how I can get Proverbs 30 and 4. It says it right here. Who have ascended up into heaven or descended? Who have gathered the wind in his fist? Who have bound the waters in the garment? Who have established the ends of earth? What is his name and what is his son's name, if thou canst tell? So both of those names are important. Not just the father's name, but his son's name too. Gotta
you
have
should see his name in his son's
son's name and in Judah's name.
And
So
you can't get that out of Yahweh, because usually people who say Yahweh, they usually like an Old Testament, or they worshipers of Yahweh than Yahweh, but they can't tell you a son name. You ask them what the son name is, they can't tell you. They can't give me a name for the son.
Right, and get that Acts chapter 1. It said the same way the Lord left is the same way he gonna show up. He ain't gonna show up in Miami, you know. You get what I'm saying? Right? You feel? He ain't gonna be in the hood with us, getting money off of us. Nah, man. Yep.
The book of Acts, chapter 1, and verse 11. Which also said, ye men of Galilee, why stand ye gazing up into heaven?
Oh, no, keep going up a little bit further.
What, verse 10?
Yeah. Maybe 9.
Verse 9. This is Acts chapter 1 and verse 9. And when he had spoken these things, while they beheld, he was taken up, and the cloud received him out of their sight.
Right, they saw Yahushua go up into a chariot. He got taken up in a chariot with a so-called white man called UFOs, and they took him away. Go ahead. So they don't walk up saying that. If they walk up saying they're the Lord, they better do this. Go ahead.
Verse 10. And while they looked steadfastly towards heaven, as he went up, behold, 2 men stood by them in white apparel, which also said, ye men of Galilee, why stand ye gazing up into heaven? The same Yahushua, which is taken up from you unto heaven, shall so come in like manner as ye have seen him go into heaven.
That's what we're looking for. We're looking for you. Get Revelations 11. Where is it at? Come up hither, and bring out these precepts right after that. All right, get this real quick. So that's what we're looking for. That's our way out, to be delivered. His name Yahushua means he deliverer. So we got to teach our people about the deliverer. All right, somebody get that.
This is Revelations 11 and 12. It says, and they heard a great voice from heaven saying unto them, come up hither. And they ascended up to heaven in a cloud, and their enemies beheld them.
Right, so that's the way out. It's to get delivered from what though? Let's get Revelation 14.
Oh wait,
with the you know, the MOTB. He said he saw him standing on the firmament. Yeah, Revelation 14. You got more on that?
Yeah,
good.
It says, and the same hour was there a great earthquake, and the 10th part of the city fell. In the earthquake were slain of men 7,000, and the remnant were affrighted and gave glory to Yahweh, power of heaven. Right. All right, so now that great earthquake is talking about those missiles that are going to come and destroy this place. So all the communities and all the businesses that they're trying to put together in this place are all going to be destroyed. That's why the scripture says, lay not just self treasures upon earth, where moth can corrupt and thieves can steal, man. But first seek ye the kingdom of heaven, man, and all these things will be added unto. We don't really want a community in a wicked place, man. Right, because we'll be
like the Giants in the beginning.
Right. So that
right. It'd be like them.
Because we still wrapped in this place, and we don't want that type of temptation. We don't want to share righteousness with wickedness. We want wickedness to be destroyed. So in order, you have to have a separation. It's not like while in Rome, do what the Romans do, but while I'm in Rome, I'm still be in Israel spiritually. You get what I'm saying? While I'm in America, I'm going to be in Israel spiritually. That's why when in 2 Samuel chapter 8, when Solomon dedicated the temple, he said, as when we are scattered throughout the 4 corners of the earth, we turn to this temple and we pray. We do that spiritually now because the temple is destroyed, but the 3rd temple is being built, not by getting no community together in America. The 3rd temple is being built spiritually, man.
Got you right here. Luke 17 and 20. And when he was demanded of the Pharisees when the kingdom of Yahweh should come, he answered them and said, the kingdom of Yahweh cometh not with observation, neither shall they say, lo here or lo there. For behold, the kingdom of Yahweh is within you.
Boom. So now you're witnessing the temple. I mean, this kingdom of the Lord, man, by the true men of the Lord. All right, but is there righteousness on the earth? Yeah, in the true men of the Lord. But this place has to be destroyed in order for it to be manifested and be revealed to everybody else. To 2/3 of our people can't see it because it's not within them. They got the spirit of the world in their hearts, but we got the spirit of the Lord in our hearts crying out, Abba, Father.
Injection.
Yep, let them bring these. They can back up.
This is book of Isaiah, all the way from the top. The spirit of the Lord, Yahweh Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, is upon me, because the Lord hath anointed me to preach good tidings unto the meek. He hath sent me to bring up the broken heart, to proclaim liberty
And that's why when the Lord came down here, it said, a bruised reed he shall not break. He came down here to mend the broken hearts. And when Yahweh was down here, like when I first came into the truth, somebody tried to put me on that. But I had read that the Lord said, like, when he shows up, he gonna wipe away every tear. I'm like, I'm still in this bitch crying. So what you mean he supposed to be the Messiah getting us out of here?
So what happened was they took away. They took away. I feel like this, that if the Almighty is a spirit, then we worship him in spirit and truth. When we deal with him in spirit. In order for us to do that, we have to do what? You know what I'm saying? We have to come together as a people and then show the love to the people. You get what I'm saying? You gotta get what I'm saying? So what he did was he started.
But the Urim and the Thummim, he was not bearing down one of them.
The Urim and the Thummim, he did.
He didn't understand the laws of the Most High, and he didn't understand the Most High's will.
If you explain to me what God is, explain to me what God. Just explain to me that I show you God.
What God is, what Yahweh is.
Show me what Yahweh is, and I show you what you see.
You see in Yahweh. Everything you look around you is a part of the Most High, man. He created
so if all this, okay, what I'm saying, I follow what you're saying. If all this is Yahweh, right? If all this is him, right? Okay, so that means I can be what? I'm who? Who am I?
What's your name?
If all of them, if everything you see is what? You see.
I'm trying to follow you. I'm trying to follow you. I promise I am.
You know, I can't say, but he said when you die like men, because he's talking about the mindset. Because they'll die like men, because they're in the mindset of a man.
And no. Yeah, the mindset was a wicked mindset.
And because we're in the flesh like man. We're in the flesh like regular men.
Saying, but you die like men because you're in the physical mindset. When you become in a spiritual mindset, things are different. A man came to Nicodemus, came to him by night and asked him a question. That's why I like what you said about the spirit. He said, hold on, how can a man enter into his mother womb and be born again? He laughed at him. He said, man, hold up. He said, that ain't what it is. He said, those who are born in spirit is like the wind. You know, you hear the sound.
You know what that consists of, though? That's why he also said you can't put new wine in old vessels. And what is it? Jeremiah chapter 3 says, circumcise your hearts. Cut away the foreskin of the flesh. I mean, you got to cut this flesh off spiritually. You got to live according to the spirit. And so, go ahead. And somebody had a precept.
It's just like with Harriet Tubman in that Turner, man. They wouldn't be able to lead them away or overturn against the slave owners unless everybody was on one accord. Guess what was said? Hey, who I want to go for free? You know what I'm saying? Hey, step over here. Who I want to stay here and be slaves still? All right, stay over there. They killed everyone that was opposing against their freedom, man. It's the same thing with the Lord. Shit, he can't save he can, but hey, we can't save everybody. We can't deliver everybody to this knowledge, man. We can, but hey, shit, we can't make them think.
And the Lord don't want them to do that. That's why you got the prayer of King David, Romans 11:7. Let the table be made a snare. The Lord ain't dealing with all of Israel.
Right, because see what happened when he delivered all of Israel the first time. Moses went up on the mountain for 40 days and 40 nights. They around here partying into a calf, a golden calf.
But you know what had happened, right? While they were doing that.
Up that way.
You set it up like that. So you tell them, so a God that. So if I follow what you're saying, then a God that has created man imperfect. God that created a man imperfect.
He's creating Israel perfect. He's creating them perfect.
Man created perfect.
How would you know perfection without imperfection? We can go back to the light and the dark, the love and the hate. How would you understand perfection without imperfection?
You break your bone, that bone break and build up stronger by calluses.
What I'm saying is, though, if he,
all right, darkness started first, right? When the time of the darkness.
And why would he damnate you? And he created you imperfect in the
first place. Get that Romans 11. Get that Romans 11.
Look at Romans 11. Yeah.
God, this is the book of Romans, chapter 11, verse 7. What then? Israel have not obtained that which he seeketh for, but the election have obtained it, and the rest were blinded. According as it is written, Yahweh have given them the spirit of slumber.
Who gave it to them?
Yahweh have given them the spirit of slumber.
All right. So now you have the separation from the perfect and the imperfect, because going to 1 Corinthians chapter 2 and 12. We don't have to get it. It says, howbeit we speak wisdom to them that are perfect. All right, that's the perfection in faith. All right, perfection in faith. All right, so the ones that believe in the Most High and the Son, Yahweh and Yahweh Shai. Go ahead.
God. Verse 8 again, it says, according as it is written, Yahweh have given them the spirit of slumber, eyes that they should not see, and ears that they should not hear until this day. And David said, let their table be made a snare and a trap.
That's been made a snare and a trap. So the thing that was set up for them to be their help ultimately become their hurt because they have the spirit of the world in their heart. You know what I'm saying? Because they want to build communities in a wicked place.
He did it so beautiful, sir. I'm talking about he did it very beautiful the way he did it, because it was, all this is a part of a perfect plan. And I want to say that
got put to death.
Yes, sir. But like I say, I understand what like all this we talking right now. It is good, but I want y'all, you know, y'all can go ahead and get your message out, because I would like to talk to y'all, like whatever we can call y'all or come by or whatever we can do. I like to be able to sit down, because I like to open the books so I can show everything that I'm saying. I know y'all have your books, I don't have mine. You know what I mean? So it's like y'all have y'all two, but I don't have mine too. You know what I mean? I need it all. The lexicon, the concordance. I need about 7 dictionaries, older dictionaries. You know what I mean? We need a lot.
You was holding up for a while. Yeah, let me bring this up real quick. Go ahead, bro. You want to
this is a different one. Back up the brother. This is Zephaniah chapter 1 and verse 12. And it shall come to pass at that time that I will search Jerusalem with candles and punish the men that are settled on their leads, that say in their heart, the Lord will not do good, neither will he do evil. You see what I'm saying? Basically, to back up the brother, Romans 11, the Lord is making a separation between good and evil. You see what I'm saying?
I got a quick precept. This is the book of John, chapter 17, verse 9. I pray for them, I pray not for the world, but for them which thou hast given me, for they are thine, and all mine are thine, and thine are mine, and I am glorified in them. Man.
Ultimately, hey, if you of the elect and your name written in the book of life, you ultimately, when you hear this truth, you go subscribe to it, man. You know, Jake make every excuse, man, that not do the work. You know what I'm saying?
You right there.
He over here doing a lesson.
Like the things you saying, I get from my own family, like my mom. You know what I'm saying? Well, y'all that sound good. That's the truth. Like they know it's the truth, but it's like, oh well, nobody don't hear y'all. Nobody, y'all need some type of pamphlets and blah 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 blah. We got the brochures. We out here week in and week out, every week. You feel what I'm saying? If you want to come see us, it ain't hard to find us. Okay. You can look at the backdrops of the videos and things like that. You know, it's all about taking initiative. You feel me? That's how the Lord set it up.
I want a better understanding.
See who ultimately gonna take that initiative. You feel what I'm saying? Because the elect ultimately gonna take that initiative. 2/3 not gonna do it.
Once I get understanding of the doctrine that you have, I see, show you from them. What I'm telling you. Because right now it's like I'm trying to tell you some things, and I don't know exactly what, but I do know about a lot of different doctrines. I know about a lot of different doctrines. Okay, you know what I'm saying, and that's because I'm a study. I study from here and there, because here a little, there a little, precept upon precept. That's what it is.
He kind of making his exit.
This is Isaiah 29, verse 13. It says, wherefore the Lord said, for as much as this people draw near me with their mouth and with their lips to honor me, but have removed their heart far from me, and their fear towards me is taught by the precept of men.
Right, man. Like even precept of men, like that chain. I want to tell you about that.
Yes,
you see the square in the middle of it?
Yes, sir.
The square in the middle of it goes. I'm not coming to do it person, but it's our belief. That square in the middle of it is Saturn. It's Saturn worship. That goes back to the Star of Remphan. And they were worshiping that back in Babylon. This is real. Nope. But yeah, the Lord ain't dealing with that. That's how everything was built.
A square is 490 degree angles. Four times that 90 is 360.
Actually, a square would be a two-dimensional. That's 4 dimensional.
Radius and circumference has to do with the diameter, whereas deals with the circle.
Yeah. Like circumference, not square circumference. It's
depends on how you talking about your dimensions, because it can have 2 dimensions. You know what I mean? Like flat. Yeah. But we 3-dimensional beings.
He only got a few dimensions. God, he's multi-dimensional. He's in so many dimensions you can't even know him, because of anything that has a form. No man can know the mind of the Almighty. All in all.
He said we've been given the mind of the Lord.
What does that word Lord mean? What does that word Lord mean? They call kings Lord, brother.
Yeah.
What do you mean?
That means
You give him what
He's
of
our
the
master,
Lord?
yeah.
Who was that talking about when they say that? You saying you saying
Okay, with that being said, with that being said, you talking about in Genesis? You talking about like Genesis where it said God created the heavens and the earth?
Listen, all in all, only thing we can know is what's under, what he allowed us to know, because anything with a form was created. Can we agree with that? Anything that has a form was created. So if you see Yeshua, whoever was here, and whatever you see, or whatever walked by Moses, whatever walked by Moses,
You don't believe that he gave the name
that
of
ain't
Moses?
that ain't all in all, man. You can even. I think his presence would be so. Come on, man. His presence cannot be held by anything. Nothing on this earth. It'll be consumed. That's what I'm saying. I'm talking about the all in all. Listen, I understand the natural order. You gotta understand the order of is as above, so below. Understand the order. That's what I'm saying.
Hebrews 5:12. For when it's time yet for a teacher, hold on. For when Salakia. For when for the time you ought to be a teacher, ye have need that one teach you again, which by the first principles of the oracles of Yahweh by Shem Yahushai, and are become such as have need of milk and not of strong meat. Meaning you're going too deep. You need to start from the beginning and learn the simple.
Yeah, overstand.
Yeah, overstand.
Yeah. But you know the thing about it is though, but y'all would get, that's what I'm saying, but this is what he giving me.
Oh man, yeah.
This is what I have received.
That's the old wine that can be poured out.
Oh man, because the thing about it is, if I come in the way that you speak, and I understand the way that you come, I understand your doctrine, I understand everything that you're telling me because I heard it before. I have learned this.
This is the way. This is the way.
What I learned right here.
This is the
But
way.
what you telling me right now is what I learned.
All right, what's the Lord's name? What's the Lord's name?
Yahweh.
You learned it before us, right? Yahweh. You said, well, we're teaching, you learned this already. We're teaching the Lord's name. What name we teaching? We're not teaching that name.
Yahweh.
So you never heard this.
Yahweh, El Shaddai.
You never heard this, man.
Ish. All these names are Ish is his, all those are his names, man. All those are his names. He is known by many names.
I got a question.
Known by many names.
I got a
precept.
Prove me he's not named by many names. I agree with you.
All right, this is the book of Psalms, chapter 22, verse 26. The meek shall eat and be satisfied. They shall praise the Lord, Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai, that seek him. Your heart shall live forever.
Hey, so I got a question real quick. You keep saying you overstand, right? That means you're standing. Oh, if you understand the true definition of that word, so whatever you learn, that means you're standing over in authority of what you learn. But shouldn't you understand so you can stand under the Spirit of the Lord? You have to. That's to be your covering. You're covering cloud by day, fire by night.
Because you never asked me what I meant by that. So therefore, then you're doing what?
Question.
Okay, but you put it in the form of question. I understand English language very well.
I just said you overstand. I would not be a form of you standing over. That's what I said.
You're right, but you also commented me by using the word overstand. Another brother used by overstanding before. Okay, but if you haven't asked me what I mean by that, then how do you? Well, you didn't put it in the form of a question. If you roll that back, you'll see you didn't put it in the form of a question, bro. But you know what I'm saying?
That's debatable. Let's see precepts come out.
This is the book of Acts, chapter 4, verse 12. Backing up your question that you had proven. You said, prove the Lord ain't have many names. This is the book of Acts, chapter 4, verse 12. Neither is there salvation in any other, for there is none other name under heaven given among men whereby we must be saved. So there's only one name we can call, and that's Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua. He said this doctrine will be preached across the four corners of the earth.
So his name was given under heaven, though.
Yahweh wasn't been called around, being called at that time.
Let me ask you a question, brother. If I was living in the wilderness and all I did was good, and I didn't know the name, would I be saved or would I be condemned?
Well, how would you know what good is set up on the what rudiments, though? Set up on the what rules?
I don't know what good is because I come from out of the world.
You have to believe that.
I know the book. I'm just saying, I'm talking about me. I said myself, if I leave.
Well, that's the thing. You got to believe that the Most High, that He is, that He would what? That He would reach you in that wilderness. He wouldn't leave you in the wilderness. Has He left us in the wilderness?
Somebody in the Amazon, the rainforest right now. It existed way back from then.
But the Lord said He got them too.
If He blessed them with His Spirit.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? But the Lord, one of the things I like with this man, the Lord don't care how many old people you walk across the street.
Part of child who don't know nothing can be saved, but I don't have to know no name. Do I? All I need to know is good.
Okay.
All I need to know is love. All I need to have is love.
What did Yahweh do when he showed up?
He said it.
Then he healed the paraplegics and the crippled and the lame. What happened when he healed them? That's why I was trying to get that with Peter. When he said, "Gold and silver have I none."
Oh yeah. Acts. I got you.
Yeah. And they were healed. Why was he healed? That guy was 40 years old. He was crippled from birth. You know what I mean? And they was able to see him leaping around in the name of Yahweh. And that's what did it. That's how you bring up. That person was crippled so the Lord can show his power. So they're not crippled just because they're being cursed. They crippled. Some people are in this life, but a lot of them are crippled just so the Lord can show up and show his power. To answer your question. So they could be lame and dumb. I actually taught some deaf people, man. One of them got hit by a car recently. A couple years ago, and they were Byron. I sat there every day and taught him like I'm trying to teach you. And he believed. He couldn't talk or nothing, man. I sat there for like days. I wrote it out to him. I did everything I could to get him to understand. I learned a little sign language from him. You feel what I'm saying? That brother's in the heavens. I pray that he called on the Lord's name. That's the way, when all hell break loose, you have to call on the Lord. And this is it. In Egypt, during the time of Noah, the Lord always sent his prophets before he destroyed the kingdoms.
Yeah, he said, well, he got a new name. It's wrote in the stone that no man knows. Tell me that name.
No, it say no man, but he got
a new name.
I got it.
In your book, man, it say he got a new name written in stone and no man knows.
This is Luke.
But the Father.
Huh.
But what are we going to call him? What about what we call him? You know what I mean? Go ahead.
This is Luke chapter 10, verse 22. All things are delivered to me of my Father, and no man knoweth who the Son is but the Father.
Right, so the Father got to introduce you to Yahweh. All right? No man
nobody
knows
on this earth knows the power of Yahweh. Nobody know the Father.
And who the
nobody.
But the Son.
You know,
and he to whom the Son will reveal him.
There you go. So you got see that?
I'm him.
No. You got cut. Wait.
I got one.
I do the works of the Son.
You said nobody knew the name.
No. That's the Son. No. Nobody knew the name. No, they don't know.
You said nobody know the Father. You said nobody knows the Father. Nobody knows the Father.
For him that came down from him. That's it.
He said, but now read that again.
This is Luke chapter 10, verse 22.
Can't get over this one.
All things are delivered to me of my Father, and no man knoweth who the Son is but the Father.
Right, you said, yeah, nobody know him. Go ahead.
And who the Father is but the Son.
Go ahead. You said, yeah, gotcha. Go ahead.
And he to whom the Son will reveal him.
Go back to 82:6. Go back to 82:6 and see what it say.
Hey,
go back to 82:6.
I got appreciate.
But you gonna die like men because you're the mind of man. Come on, man. He said he called me a son. If I'm the son, I know him too.
No, I gotta become a son.
Excuse me, brother. I gotta become a son to know him. That's only how you can know him. You can't come no other way and know him because we all sons.
Hey, I got two of them for you. This is John chapter 17, verse 6. I have manifested thy name unto the men which thou hast given me out of the world. Thine they were, and thou gavest them me, and they have kept thy word. One more.
Hey, that's Yahweh Shai praying to the Father Yahweh that he has given his name to the men which were given out of the world, man. And those men are the ones that are set holy, set apart from all his wickedness.
All right, this is our Revelations 14:1. And I looked, and lo, a lamb stood on Mount Zion, and with him 144,000, having his father's name written in their forehead.
Right, so-called black man, all right? That's what Yahweh looked like. And Yahweh Shai looked like a so-called Negro, not like the shirt. Right here. Right here. Okay.
Yeah. That's it.
So but going back to the point, I have manifested that name to the men that you have given me.
Right.
So he let the true name be revealed to them. Right, to the ones that are chosen. Those are the ones that are going to be standing on the Mount Zion with the Father's name written in their forehead.
Yes, sir. The thing you say, why do you speak to them in parables? He tell them a reason. That's what we just been told here. He said, well, so they won't understand. He gave it to them. He said, but it is given to you. People talk about Yahshua, talking about Jesus, but he wasn't out there telling people.
The water Yahweh Shem Yahushai.
Water Yahweh Shem Yahushai for revealing the name unto us, man.
You got to separate from that in order to have love. You can't have selfish love for my son.
Okay. This is a little bit of mail for you. Proverbs 16, 20 and 21. He that handleth a matter wisely should find good. That's the reason, you know, our people are going to be destroyed for lack of knowledge, because it doesn't matter if we speak sweet for you, you don't going to get it, because you're still living in your own prison of mind. Because our people is going to be a brainwash, you know, and that's what we do. That's what you do around. You reject Yahweh Shai. That's it. You know, that's the main point. You know, this is our king.
Hey, that's what I said earlier. All that dirt out and got all that stuff back in my head. Praise the Almighty. I'm so glad for it. But I'm just telling you, brother, when you analyze truth,
this is the book of Romans, chapter 10 and verse 2. For I bear them record that they have a zeal of Yahweh, but not according to knowledge.
The passion of the Lord, we got, you know, but it's not according to the knowledge. We're trying to give our people the knowledge of Yahweh and the Son Yahushua before the day of judgment comes.
I got the foundation of our solar system. That man is the foundation of his family. The things that know the ledge, so you won't fall over the edges.
This is the book of James, chapter 3, verse 11. It said, doth a fountain send forth at the same time, same place, sweet water and bitter?
You giving out sweet water and bitter. Go ahead.
Bracket water out there. It's mixed. You understand that?
Verse 12, can the fig tree, my brethren, bear olive berries, either of vine figs? So can no fountain both yield salt water and fresh.
There you go, man. You gotta be straight up. You gotta be the truth or not. You can't have the lies mingled in with the truth.
This is Psalms 51 and 6. Behold, thou desirest truth in the inward parts.
Right, we give you that straight, no chaser. Go ahead, brother.
Behold, thou desirest truth in the inward parts, and in the hidden parts thou shalt make me to know wisdom.
Right.
Purge me with hyssop, and I shall be clean. Wash me, and I shall be whiter than snow.
Yeah.
Make me to hear joy and gladness, that the bones which have been broken may rejoice. Hide thy face from my sins, and blot out my iniquity. Create in me a clean heart, O Yahweh, and renew a right spirit within me.
That's the focus. That's the focus for our people.
Cast me not away from thy presence, and take not thy Holy Spirit from me. Restore unto me the joy of thy salvation, and uphold me with thy free spirit. Then will I teach transgressors thy ways, and sinners shall be converted unto thee. And that's the point. He said he desires truth in the inward parts. So you got to wait on thy ministry, like the brother just read. It shall need that you should go back to the sincere milk. And I'm telling you, got the zeal, man. You got the passion behind it. Yeah, but what the thing about it is, you got to have all the equipment there. That's why it says, study to show ourselves approved of Yahweh, rightfully dividing the word of the truth, because the word of Yahweh is powerful than any two-edged sword. So you got to handle it correct. That's like if you have a gun and you're sitting around here playing with a gun and you don't know how to, and you misuse the gun, boom, you out of here. You get what I'm saying? So you have to understand how to handle these words of Yahweh by Shem Yahushai.
You got it. Go ahead, bro.
This is the book of Acts, chapter 8 and verse 30. And Philip, and this is just the line back what the brother just saying. And Philip ran thither to him and heard him read the prophet Isaiah, and said, understand thou what thou readest? And he said, how can I, except some man should guide me? And he desired Philip that he would come up and sit with him. So ultimately, a man got to teach you, you know, and that's where it go back to what the brother said earlier on how you can't fill a new bottle with old wine. It can't mix. You got to dump out the old wine and put the new wine in that bottle, unless the bottle will break, it'll burst. You got different philosophies mixed in with the truth. That's why, you know, Asiatic black man and this, that, and the third, that's a different philosophy. Right. That's like Hotep black, you know, that's a different philosophy.
Side nigga doctrine. Hey, you can speak on this one too. This is Ezekiel 7 and 19. They shall cast their silver in the streets, and their gold shall be removed. Their silver and their gold shall not be able to deliver them in the day of wrath, of Yahweh.
And that's mainly pertaining to these other idols that our people fall up into, man.
Yeah,
These
like
other
just like
idols,
money.
Yeah, money. You know, the gold, the silver, the money, the idolatry that our people run up into. You know, what they put their spiritual fornication, their spiritual allegiance to. You feel me?
Oh yeah.
I just had a thing where I just told my baby mama, I said we raise our kids to worship false God. The God of Fendi, Gucci, Versace, because you know what I mean? Because if they don't have it, they don't feel right. They go to school and they don't have it, somebody gonna pick on them. You ain't got, look at the regular you got on cat head shoes, you got them on name brand.
Tommy Hilfiger was a racist.
You say that, you don't know that. But see, I understand.
He said it out of his mouth. He said I didn't make it for black people.
See, the thing about when we make preliminary judgments, about individuals. I know the real story about it because they spoke. Rappers talk about it, everybody talk about it. It was different. Okay, what I'm saying is that, but not to get into that. But my thing is, what I'm saying is that, man, we just stay on. So listen, I understand everything that you're telling me. Everything that you're telling me, I know. Trust me. But trust me, I know that. Trust me, I know that. Because my thing is, I have to listen. Because the thing about it is, I just know that I live in this world, and if I walk how Yahshua walked, the Son, if I walk how he walked, in order for me to do that, man, I have to do it in a certain way. And for me to do that, he did it in a certain way. And this is the order and the pattern that you have to follow. No man can follow that any other pattern and do it. You have to follow the Son.
Chapter 14, verse 33. And now you are here, and your brethren amongst you. Therefore, if so be that you will subdue your own understanding and reform your hearts, ye shall be kept alive. And after death, you shall obtain mercy. For after death shall the judgment come, and we shall live again. And then the names of the righteous be manifest.
That's right.
And the works of the ungodly shall be declared.
There you go. So the works of the ungodly are being declared, and we're witnessing it.
Let me tell you something before I had to go. I'm gonna tell you something. That's Darius, right? I'll give you my name.
4 verse 6.
We're gonna keep you here, man.
My people are destroyed for lack of knowledge. Because thou hast rejected knowledge, I will also reject thee.
That would hurt.
I got one. But read the next verse. That was a punch to the stomach right there. Read on down, because the thing about it is, I never about me reject knowledge, bro. Let me tell you something about me.
Ezekiel chapter 33, verse 31.
My bad, we get quiet when the Bible off.
And they come unto thee as the people cometh, and they sit before thee as my people, and they hear thy words, but they will not do them. For with their mouth, they show much love, but their heart goeth after their covetousness. And lo, thou art to them as a very lovely song of one that hath a pleasant voice and can play well on an instrument.
I heard that before. That's my favorite song there.
For they hear thy words, but they do them not. And when this cometh to pass, lo, it will come.
Right.
Then shall they know that a prophet have been among them.
But think about what you just did, though.
Right. With the Sanhedrin, brother. The same people that were coming at Yahshua were the Sanhedrin, brother, of that day. And the Sanhedrin, brother, they were well-learned men. You got the Bible, they know the Bible up and down, brother. So when people come to me and tell me that they know the Bible, that's one thing.
But understanding why he brought this out, because first thing you said when you seen us suiting up, when you walked up over, you came up in a humble spirit. But the first thing you said, boy, I love what y'all doing, boy. This is what I'm talking about. I love what y'all doing. But you straightway rejected everything we tried to tell you. So do you really love what we're doing?
I never rejected, brother. I only accept. My thing is because I know
but you
where you at. I understand where you at in your learning and in your knowledge. I
understand where we at. Hey, for 2 Peter 3:3, go ahead, brother.
Gotcha.
This is the book of James, chapter 1, starting at verse 5.
We're not supposed to deal with Christmas. We're not supposed to deal with Yahshua. We're supposed to deal with Yahushua. Right?
If any man lack wisdom, let him ask of Yahweh, that give it to all men liberally and upbraid it not, and it shall be given him.
That's beautiful. But anytime you should call no man teacher.
But let him ask in faith, nothing wavering, for he that waver is like the wave of the sea, driven with the wind and tossed. For let him not think, for let not that man think that he shall receive anything of the Lord. A double-minded man is unstable in all his ways.
Look, in the book of Revelation, it say They say the Lord gonna wake. They don't want to talk to the women there.
You
The
look so
women,
much,
they showing
I had 65 years in Hebrew prison, bro. 65. 65. No. I had 65 years. I'm sure I can show you, man. You look it up, brother. And guess what? I had an 8th grade education. I'm just telling you my testimony right quick. I had an 8th grade education, brother.
I don't want to hear about jail.
But no, I'm not telling you about jail. I'm telling you about me.
I want to hear about you in jail.
No, I'm not in jail. I'm telling you what happened to me once what happened with the deliverance. I'm telling you about my deliverance. Okay. Let's look at it like that. Okay? I had that about 65 years in there, bro. My thing about it is, and guess what? 8th grade education, bro. And even lawyers told me, man, they've been to court. I mean, been to school, lawyers. Say, man, we can't help you. Paid lawyers. We cannot help you. Man, listen, I walked out of there. I praise Yahweh, man. I walked out of there, man, because the simple fact is, bro, I had asked for wisdom, bro. I asked for knowledge, and Yahweh gave it to me. And I'm gonna stand on that, because guess what? No man delivered me from this but him. Because I learned it, I learned the law, I learned everything that I needed to know, and Yahweh delivered me. So what I'm saying, so no man can really tell.
You can do that in school, though. You can do that.
I had to learn what they. You gotta learn the English language to be able to talk to me.
You can do that in any school.
You have to learn the English language. You have to know. You can't, man. You can't fuck the system being with
Second Ezra,
you have to learn how to
chapter 9, starting at verse 9. Then shall they be in pitiful case, which now have abused my ways, and they that have cast them away despitefully shall dwell in torments. For such as in their life have received benefits,
right? Benefits,
and have not known me.
See,
and they that have loathed my law while they had yet liberty, and when as yet place of repentance was open unto them, understood not.
Right, because the Lord said, we're not gonna call him anymore by Ali. We're gonna call him Ishi.
I was going to Jose.
We're gonna call him that he's our. We're gonna know. We're basically gonna know his name and call him directly. That's our husbandman to who? The woman. Back to the beginning again, right? There you can from, but you know what we talked about, the woman. You know that's Israel. Go ahead.
This is Proverbs 19, verse 20. It says, hear counsel and receive instruction, that thou mayest be wise in thy latter end.
There you go. That's what we try and give you the counsel, man. And Proverbs 1 tell you to attain unto wise counsel. And that's what we're trying to give you.
You know what I enjoyed it. It's been strength from my
also said, knowledge, wisdom, and understanding is going to be the stability of thy times to come. Knowledge, wisdom, and understanding.
My thing is, I know nothing. What he give me. You gotta hear this. So whatever come through me, not from me. That's what I'm saying. It comes through me, not from me.
Go ahead, brother. You gotta hear this one.
This is Hosea, chapter 2, verse 8. Yeah. For she did not know that I gave her corn and wine and oil and multiplied her silver and gold, which they prepared for Baal. Therefore will I return and take away my corn in thy time thereof, and my wine in the season thereof, and I will recover my wool and my flax and give her and to cover her nakedness. All right, so now that woman is talking about Israel. So we were still getting benefits as a nation, but we were praising other gods, and that's what pissed them off. So we were calling it.
Yeah, he's funny as shit, man.
This is Proverbs chapter 11 and verse 5. The righteousness of the perfect shall direct his way, but the wicked shall fall by his own wickedness. The righteousness of the upright shall deliver them, but the transgressors shall be taken in their own naughtiness. When the wicked man dieth, his expectation shall perish, and the hope of the unjust man perish.
So that's basically what it is. I mean, the hope for the unjust man shall perish. So so the best thing to do is just find and seek righteousness the best way you can, and that's through the Spirit. Right, real quick, I got All right, this is first on 2 Peter 3:3. Knowing this first, that there shall come in the last days scoffers walking after their own lusts. And so basically, and that's what's happening. What's going on, man?
That seems a little harsh for him, right?
Yeah, it's a little harsh, but the harshness is for your own benefit, bro. Yeah. Because if you standing in the middle of the street and a bus coming, I ain't gonna be like, well, hey man, it's a bus coming. Like, yo, get the fuck out the way, the bus coming. And that's how, and that's, you know what I'm saying. So you actually seem like a little scoffer, man. Like, because like every time, even in the midst of us reading it, you're gonna talk about y'all. You know what I'm saying? You're doing that stuff, bro. Some annoying shit. But we're telling you the true name of the Father is Yahweh. You can go back to the Proto-Hebrew, You can go back to the Pale Lashawan Kodash. His son's name is Yahushua, man. And those are the names that were given from the beginning. Even from the time of when Seth was born. He said, now then became the men to call upon the name of the Lord, man. So we had it in the time of Egypt. We had to just bring it, we had it all these times, but we just had to be brought back into the remembrance of it. But when we being brought back into remembrance, what are these other nations doing? They putting these other names in our head. But that our true father's name is Yahweh, his son's name is Yahushua.
Right here.
Go ahead, brother.
In the book of Romans 10 and 17. So then faith comes by hearing, and hearing by the word of Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh. You know, it's come by faith, brother. That's what we hear for people like you, you know, so you can hear the word, you know.
And the position that you were in, I get it where you coming from. You facing 65 years and you were able to
I wasn't facing, I had it.
Well, you were able to get out of that situation. You were able to get out of that situation. That's the same thing in the book of Hosea. That's why he told Hosea to marry an adulterous woman, because our people don't understand that they get their benefits from Yahweh, so they're giving praises to other gods. But that was Yahweh that looked out for you, bro.
From this here, I seen
he
Yahweh.
brought you out to stand you right here before us today.
I can show you people right now. I can tell you, bro. Listen, a man from right here to me being right here with a stretched out hand, shot in my face 3 times, brother. And I'm still here. I promise you. Listen, bro. Look at all these, all these bullet wounds I have on me, bro.
Voodoo?
All this come from, huh? All this. Oh no, bro. Listen to me,
They
bro.
got voodoo that do the same thing on the left hand side.
Praise Almighty.
They do that on the left hand side too.
Praise Almighty. But it's all good, bro. Y'all, you know,
got church pastors that
it seems like y'all got it and everything is good. Bro. Praise y'all. Like I said, I only know a little. I only know just a little. You know what I'm saying? That's all I try to do is impart that little bit to people. And that's that is. Like I said, from what I've been through, brother, I seen miracles for real, and I've been through them. So like I say, when you tell me about something, okay.
Hey, this is the prologue of Sirach. It says, for the same things uttered in Hebrew and translated into another tongue have not the same force in them. Not only these things, but the law itself and the prophets, Yahushua being one of them, and the rest of the books, talking about Yahweh, have no small difference when they are spoken in their own language. So when you take something out of the Hebrew, the original Hebrew, and you speak it in a different language, it takes the power away. See, the Lord just blessed you because he probably love you. You know, he probably gave you benefits, but you just didn't know his name to call on him. But he gave away, man. He said, yo, with the temptation, you're going to make a way out of it. So the Lord made a way out of it. And right here, you coming across it. Right now, they're talking, as of last night, Russia just did live drills on the borders, on their borders, against preparing for war against NATO and America. That's one of the last
whatever it was, brother, man. The name that I was calling, I'm serious. And I sat up there and I went to war with judges, man, and lawyers, man. And I'm saying I had an 8th grade education.
Yeah, at some point, the Lord gonna lead you to his name, man. That's how he walks with you first.
I can say Almighty. I can say that all in all. Where can I go wrong?
The Lord probably got you right here to get that understanding to know about the name. You understand? So you can know who really.
You don't know.
Hey, I can say this though. I just want to add on because I'm serious, bro. I ain't joking with Up. You understand what I'm saying? The Lord probably got you right here to know his name specifically, so you can render that true honor to him. You feel what I'm saying? For you being able to give back them 65 years or whatever the case may be. Because you giving that spiritual allegiance to a power, you know what I'm saying? Like who really done it for you was Yahweh and Yahushua, man. You know, so you probably right here getting that understanding for you to know them true rightful names, man, of who really did that for you.
This is Baruch chapter 3, start at verse 6. It says, "For thou art the Lord, Yahweh Bashem Yahushua, our God, and thee, O Lord, will we praise. And for this cause, thou hast put thy fear in our hearts to the intent that we should call upon thy name and praise thee in our captivity. For we have called to mind all the iniquity of our forefathers that sinned before thee." So self-explanatory, man. Hey, we're going to be calling upon the name of the Lord in our captivity.
Not many names.
You know what I'm saying? The name of the Lord in our captivity. Not his names, not plural. One name, you know, singular, you know. Acts 4:12, as the brother brought out earlier. It's only one name given amongst men under heaven whereby we must be saved, you know. So it's with that being said, it's not many names. I just told my folks the other day. See, I've been waiting on that scripture for what, 6 years since I've been in the truth, man. And I ain't got a check. The Lord got many names. The best thing they come with is many crowns. Crowns come from he's a conqueror, man. He conquering different nations, all right. So throughout history, what do a person do when they take over a nation? They get the king, cut his head off, and get the crown. So it's the same thing with the Lord, man. It's just titles.
And he said he'll not give his glory unto another.
Let me launch this one off real quick, y'all. Zechariah 14:9. And the Lord shall be king over all the earth, and in that day there shall be one Lord, and his name one. Next precept.
This is the book of Judges, chapter 10 and verse 13. Yet ye have forsaken me and served other gods, wherefore I will deliver you no more. Go and cry unto the gods which ye have chosen. Let them deliver you in the time of your tribulation.
Basically straight to the point, like it's a cry out, bro. And there's no doubt about that.
Delivered from the ultimate judgment, which is this whole third woe, man, and this being a lake of fire.
That's what I'm saying. He brought me from.
So he
I know where I come
from the prison system, but
he brought me from. He brought me from out of the world, man. He brought me from death, man.
Second death. You're technically still dead already. You're still dead. You're spiritually dead. You're spiritually discerned. You don't have the breath of life in you.
Jeremiah 30:7. Alas, for that day is great, so that none is like it. It is even the time of Jacob's trouble, but he shall be saved out of it.
And Yahweh can't save you from that. Only Yahweh can, man.
Well, me, the person, I'm that type of visitor. I don't pass judgment. My thing is, I just let, because I have no heaven, I have no hell. I pass no judgment on no man, because that's reserved for the Most High. It's power in your life to say whatever you got.
Just tell you about it before it comes.
Like I don't have it. That's okay. And what I say is, all I say is, let us all keep striving, brother. But I gotta go. Yeah, I gotta go and take it. But let us all keep striving. That's all.
Keep striving too, man. And get to the truth one day, so you can be delivered.
I hope so too, because if I don't have it right, I seek truth. And it's what it is. I'm gonna look at this. I'm not gonna have. I'm gonna read it. I'm gonna look at it, bro. Open heart, bro. Like I look at everything. I mean, it brought me to it. And praise the Almighty. Well, you know what I mean. So that's what it is. And it has done what it needs to do. But I'm not gonna throw it away or cast it off. No, because I'm going to look at it.
Isaiah chapter 55, verse 6.
That's why it's hard to call you a scoffer. It's like you spiritually battling the truth that we know is the truth. That's a scoffer, but you ain't like offensive with it. You're not a scorner. There's a big difference. Like Sinetta, you ever heard of him? Sinetta? Anyway, Egyptologists and polite and all them. Yeah, good. They're a bunch of Egyptologists that be coming at our doctrine. But they're scorners. They're, they talking shit. But, yeah. Let me see the point real quick.
Like I try to come in the truth and try to speak. You know what I mean? And that's that. But it's rejected. But I'm not going to reject what you. But no. Listen, but hear me out, brother. But I'm not going to reject what you told me. I will not. But I said by my word, by the Spirit that's in me, brother. I'm gonna look at this here and I'm gonna analyze it, brother. I mean, not without nothing in, nothing in it. But I pray, that's it.
We already know everything you said, though. Go ahead, bro.
This is Isaiah chapter 55, verse 6. Seek ye the Lord while he may be found. Call ye upon him while he is near. Let the wicked forsake his way, and the unrighteous man his thoughts, and let him return unto Yahweh. And he will have mercy upon him and to our God, for he will abundantly pardon.
That's the focus, man, to get you to return unto the Lord, so the Lord can pardon you like we praying for the Lord to pardon us. And that's the only work we can do, is to come out here and teach about his son, to keep the laws to the best of your ability.
Okay, you just want to bring everybody together, right? Because we read earlier that the Spirit is going to draw everybody together. This is Ephesians chapter 4, verse 10. He that descended is the same also that ascended up far above all heavens, that he might fulfill all things. And he gave some apostles and some prophets and some evangelists and some pastors and teachers for the perfecting of the saints, for the work of the ministry, for the edifying of the body of Yahweh Shai HaMashiach. So we all come in the unity of the faith and the knowledge of the Son of Yahweh unto a perfect man, unto the measure of the stature of the fullness of Yahweh Shai. So that's how we're supposed to do that, through the Spirit, man. So there's not going to be many names, man. Like he said on the mount, he saw 144,000 with the Father's name written in their foreheads. One name, they're going to all have the same name written in their foreheads. So there's not many names, bro, is what I'm trying to tell you. And what we're trying to do, we're trying to unify you with the truth, all right, by edifying. He said, Peter, if thou love me, feed my sheep. And we come in that spirit, that spirit of Peter being that foundation of the church, all right? Also, that with the spirit of Yahweh Shai placed upon us, crying out, Abba, Father, in the sincerity and truth, because he said he desired truth in the inward parts.
Revelation 13:10 and 9. If any man have an ear, let him hear. He that leadeth into captivity shall go into captivity. He that killeth with the sword must be killed with the sword. Here is the patience and the faith of the saints.
And that's what we want. Damn a community out here. we want to see them in chains. We want to see the individuals that put us in chains. We want to see them in bondage, man. Because the spirit of the Lord said that's our patience and faith. He said, sit back while I make their enemies on footstool, man.
Like that. I just see
He said they were sick. He told Esau.
Really? You think they're gonna take part in the kingdom?
I feel like this here. The lowest person ain't no different than the highest person.
Huh?
The lowest person is no different than the highest person.
I don't understand.
The lowest person is no different than the highest person. The reason why I say that, brother, is because you can have a prostitute out in the street, brother. You can take her up and clean her up, and she can change her life, and she can become a beautiful woman. You know what I'm saying? She can be a God-fearing woman. You can take the Queen Elizabeth. If she go through the same thing that this woman been through, she might be a prostitute too, bro. That's what I'm saying. You can take the woman that you feel like, oh, she this and that. She could become a whore. But you can take a whore and she could become somebody that, you know what I mean, bro?
That's
so
why the Lord says the same thing about the children of Israel.
I just think that people did that to us in slavery thing, bro. They was just wicked. They were sick people. They didn't know the truth, bro. They was sick.
Okay.
They didn't have nobody to tell them the truth. They were misguided themselves. Learn the truth. Bro, they'll learn it, bro, but they were misguided themselves.
They learned it through slavery.
Yeah,
I'm saying, no, bro. We could be somebody because we're doing it out of ignorance, bro.
What did he say about the vessels? Hey, what did he say about the vessels?
But that's y'all always gotta
bro. What did he say about the vessels? He said one to honor and some to dishonor. You heard that?
I love, but I do understand.
But in the scripture, he said what? Some to honor and some to dishonor. So he created that. It's just like you got some shoes that you like and some that you don't. You get.
Look at it, then we can go from there. But I just don't feel like there's no God. Yahweh don't have no respect. God don't have no respect.
Chapter 11 and verse 19. For there must be also heresies amongst you, that they which are approved, approved that they may be made manifest among you.
Right, like them right here. If they're Elamites, if their father goes back to Elam, the dot-head Indians, they're going into slavery too. Under you, whether you like it or not. Go ahead, brother. Let's go. Go ahead, brother.
All right, this is the book of Sirach, chapter 33.
Right, we are here to pronounce the kingdom for our people and slavery for them. Under a righteous ruler, Yahweh Shah, who's our king, whom they disrespecting today, saying that he's born in the winter when he was really born in the spring. See, this is our fight. This is our fight. See, we are here to fight spiritually. See, you proved to us you came out here without your sword. We keep our sword daily. The Lord says you got to bear your cross daily. That means step into the affliction daily.
I write my commandment in your heart.
But that's a deliverance.
Hold up. He said, I write
that's the new bodies. That's the new bodies. What's the commandment? All right, what about shaving your beard? What about shaving your beard?
What about shaving? What about my beard?
Beard up?
This is a physical thing. Just like he gave us the dietary laws, it was because of man's health. It wasn't because of spirituality. Me not having a beard won't send me to hell.
A law is a law, man. A law is a law. We're not supposed to break it. So we can eat pork.
Not growing my beard out.
So somebody can eat pork.
You can eat pork.
Oh, okay. Oh, okay.
He done. That is done.
Oh.
All right, Buddha. That's Buddha.
Gave us the dietary law for our health. Not because
this is 1 Corinthians chapter 14 verse 32. And the spirits of the prophets are subject to the prophets. For God is not the author of confusion, but of peace, as in all the churches of the saints.
That's right, man. So the Lord is not the author of confusion.
Go back there when the Hebrew ate the book.
You talking about Peter?
Go back to that.
You talking about Peter, right?
Yeah. Because why? Because they say I didn't want to offend. They did it because they didn't want to offend. Come on, man. That ain't gonna see you. Yeah, bro.
I got one.
I could just do a walk away with the beard.
Yeah, hey, do the beard real quick, and then we gonna get
Hey, this is the Zondervan
I'm a one.
Compact Bible Dictionary, the definition for the word beard. It says the badge of manly dignity. As a sign of mourning, it was the custom to pluck it out or cut it off. The only time you cut it. The Israelites were forbidden to shave off the corners of their beards
Only time in the morning.
because it was regarded as a heathenish sign.
And in this society, Esau tell you to shave your beard to get a job, man. You know what I'm saying?
You be looking like these guys. You look like a bunch of naked. You look like a bunch of naked chickens.
You gotta trim your ways. You gotta trim your ways ultimately to get a job on this side, man.
Hey, you know who rule the world right now? They probably know the guy
Satan
Rothschild.
rules the world right now. He's the God of this world.
Rothschild.
Not Jesus.
Not talking about the one that yeah, you're right. You're right. Yeah, Satan. You know what the word Satan means?
Not nothing else, bro, man.
The word Satan means adversary. So they're adversaries to the truth, to Yahweh Shah. So they rule the world right now. The Lord said, what? When he shows up, they're going into slavery, man. They're going into slavery. This is one of the Rothschilds. You know what the word Rothschild means? Red shield. It goes back to Esau. They're going into slavery. These people, the Dothead Indians, the Africans, the Arabs, the Assyrians that dealt with us back in the 7th century.
All of them. Psalms 83.
No redemption for them.
God.
Right, whoever the law, check this out. I got one for you. How can they be a part of the law when they were never given to them?
I don't know what my blood got in it now. You don't either.
Hey, I know that's when it comes. That's when it comes to faith. Hey, bro,
And this is Jeremiah. This is Revelation 13:9.
Right.
If any man have an ear, let him hear.
Right, that's called being cut right there.
He that leadeth into captivity shall go into captivity.
Right, we went into slavery under the so-called white man Esau, so they're going into captivity too. All right, and the Lord was born in the springtime. That's right. That's what we had to teach about Yahweh Shah. All right, brother. Go ahead, man.
He that killeth with the sword must be killed with the sword.
Right, we ain't gonna do it according to Black Panthers, but we're gonna do. Yahweh Shah is gonna do it, and we gotta wait for him till he rise up to the prey.
This is Deuteronomy chapter 7, verse 6. For thou art an holy people unto the Lord thy power, Yahweh. The Lord thy power, Yahweh, have chosen thee to be a special people unto himself above all people that are upon the face of the earth. That's bottom line, man. It doesn't matter how emotionally he feels about it. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is, according to the Lord's anger. All right, that's how we're going to take these nations down, man. That's the patience and the faith of the saints that we can raise our children.
Yeah, they scared. Look at the bench riders. They need to stop playing. Get on the court.
Come on.
Yeah, they
ball in their court.
Uh-huh.
All right, precepts?
Yeah, any more precepts? You want to ride them up?
I got one. It's the book of Psalms.
Let's bring all of them up. We might do that. Yeah.
139 and verse 20. For they speak against the wicked, for they speak against thee wickedly, and thy enemies take thy name in vain. Do not I hate them, O Lord, that hate thee?
Oh, boom. Hey, he can't understand the true balance, man. You can't have a negative without a positive. It's just that's the laws of physical, laws of whatever. Like, it doesn't make any sense, man.
No picture.
You can't have love without hate. Go ahead.
It's the way he did it.
The way he did it.
I can't stop him, but I don't want no pictures.
Verse 21. Do not I hate them, O Lord, that hate thee? And am I not grieved with those that rise up against thee? I hate them with perfect hatred. I count them my enemies. And that's King David, man, who was a man that's after the Lord's own heart, man. And King David hated these heathens, man. All right. So that's perfect hatred to the Lord, to hate these heathens, man, to hate these other nations, anything that's outside of being a so-called Negro, Latino, and Native American.
And who was one person that he really, really hated? Go back in the scripture, Doeg. And what was Doeg? An Edomite.
See, light can't blend with darkness. It has to be a separation. And through that hate, that's what creates that holiness, the separation. It's separation. That's right. You know, it's not going to blend. You want to be schooled? Come on, man, get some of this work. Step on the court. They're gonna grind you up. Go ahead. Go ahead, brother.
This is the book of Psalms, chapter 94, verses 1 through 7. O Lord Yahweh, to whom vengeance belongeth, O Yahweh, to whom vengeance belongeth.
Right, so the vengeance belongs to the Lord, you know, not to us, but to the Father. Go ahead.
Show thyself, lift up thyself, thou judge of the earth. Render a reward to the proud.
Oh, render a reward to the proud. All right, whoever the proud may be. I can feel some proudness around me right now. You scan around a little bit.
With their hands folded, looking down at you like you beneath you or something.
Yeah, he's shorter than me, looking down at me. How you do that? Good. I don't care if you agree or not. Go ahead.
Lord, how long shall the wicked triumph?
Right. So how long shall the wicked triumph? Until the Lord is ready. That's just it. Until he says so.
How long shall they utter and speak hard things, and all the workers of iniquity boast themselves?
Aren't they speaking hard things? The draconian measures that they pushing today? They're speaking as a dragon. America. They're speaking as the Roman Empire. The same thing. The same ones that established the Roman Empire. Edomites. Aren't they speaking hard things? Go ahead.
Verse 5. They break in pieces thy people, O Lord, and afflict thine heritage.
Right, man.
They slay the widow and the stranger and murder the fatherless. Yet they say, the Lord shall not see, neither shall he regard the God of Jacob. Neither shall the power of Jacob regard it.
Right, they don't believe that the Father exists. All right, because if they did, they would be trembling, just like the demons tremble in the presence of the Lord. And Esau, that's what he said. Yeah, Esau was unaware. That's right. Esau had no idea what's coming for him. Some of them know. You got the elites that know. They know they got but a short time. But these average Joe Schmo Edomites, they don't know what the hell going on.
This is Psalms 49, verse 11. Their inward thought is that their houses shall continue forever, and their dwelling places to all generations. They call their lands after their own name.
And he wants to unify with them. Talking about they were just sick. No, scriptures say Israel was sick. So he gave us a way for us to be healed. No, they're just wicked.
That's called Stockholm Syndrome.
Stockholm Syndrome,
And
bro.
Jake confused, man, because Jake think that, because he with a Edomite woman or a possible Edomite woman, that he, you know what I'm saying, that he can't get into the kingdom. You feel what I'm saying? Well, that's not so. You know what I'm saying? You can deal with whoever you want to deal with, you know, pertaining to women. You feel me? That's just gonna be a concubine, not a wife.
Yeah, that's probably one of his stumbling blocks right there. I ain't see her standing over there.
Yeah,
yeah.
I have a preset.
That's one of his concubines. He raising that baby. This man know you waving at his baby? Hey, bro.
Go ahead. Someone has preset.
Yeah, this is book of Luke 11, 28 and 29. But he say, ye rather blessed are they that hear the word of Yahweh and keep it. And when the people were gathered think together, he began to say, this is an evil generation. They seek a sign, and there should no sign be given it, but the sign of Jonas the prophet. What is the sign of Jonas the prophet? That's a resurrection. That's a comeback of Yahweh.
That's right, brother. That's right, man. Yeah, take that cut too. That's right. That's the only sign he gonna get, man. It's basically prophecy, man.
Seize your boys, yeah.
All right. Any more precepts on this topic?
This is Proverbs chapter 22, verse 17. It says, bow down thine ear and hear the words of the wise, and apply thine heart unto my knowledge. For it is a pleasant thing if thou keep them within thee. They shall withal be fitted in thy lips. So you're supposed to bow your ears to the Most High's word. You're supposed to bow your ears to his wise, his prophets, his evangelists, his pastors, his teachers, and you apply your hearts, your mind to know the wisdom of Yahweh Yahushua, because it is a pleasant thing if you keep the words of Yahweh Yahushua within you. And keeping the words of Yahweh Yahushua within you, they will be fitted in your lips. So meaning when you speak or run across other people that has the same knowledge or the same understanding, or even if they don't know, you'll be able to tell them the truth, and you won't be misguided, and you won't be caught up on other various beliefs, and you will have the name, both the Father and the Son. So you must bow your ears down.
All right. This is the book of Amos, chapter 9, verse 9. For lo, I will command, and I will sift the house of Israel among all nations, like corn is sifted in a sieve. Yet shall not the least grain fall upon the earth.
That least grain is the elect. You know, and that go back to what that Jake was talking about, man, of how going to the hoods and speaking to everybody, what he started off talking about anyway. All right, which is the Lord ain't dealing with all Israel, you know, he's only dealing with that least grain, man, the elect. That's why it's a continual sift. It's the separating from the sheep from the goat, man. The real prophets versus the fake prophets, man. The true doctrine versus the fake doctrines, man.
That's right, man. And that's how you do it. You got to hear the sickness first. A lot of people want to cut them off, don't want to hear them. We got we let them talk. You know, let them talk a little bit. Don't let them own the show, or own the floor, but you let them talk a little bit so you can see what they don't know or what they know. You know what I mean? They know where to cut them at. And it gives topics to the brothers. A lot of people, shut up, I want to hear you. that seemed like you intimidated them. Yeah. Right? Go ahead, man.
Romans chapter 9, verse 21 is came out, but it wasn't clarified. Hath not the potter power over the clay of the same lump to make one vessel unto honor and another unto dishonor? What if Yahweh, willing to show his wrath and to make his power known, endured with much long suffering to the vessels of wrath fitted to destruction? So he said that the so-called Caucasians, that the Edomites, that they were sick, that they did that because they didn't know. And that's true. But they did that because they were vessels fitted for destruction. In this realm, there's vessels to honor and there's vessels to dishonor. You have to pray that you're a vessel to honor. And those vessels in this place are the so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, who are the Israelites.
And 2/3 of our people are acting like dishonorable vessels, so they have to be destroyed too on this side. I mean, it is what it is. It's not about emotions and things like that. If you're trying to deal with the Most High emotionally, you will never be able to come to him. You have to deal with him in understanding, man. You know?
All right, this is the book of Sirach, chapter 33, verse 14. Good is set against evil, and life against death. So is the godly against the sinner, and the sinner against the godly. And I brought that out to back up the Akim, man. You know, Yahweh by Shem Yahweh Shai set up the sinner against the godly, man. You know, because we are the ones that set up. He gave us the breath to go out there to be those fishers, man. You know, just like the elder was saying, we supposed to sit here and be those physicians in these times and hear out our people's sickness, man. You know,
he said he made our foreheads hard against their foreheads.
Right. Hey, somebody get Revelation 3, because that's what it remind me of, kind of, man. Hard-headed. Yeah, that's it. Yeah, Revelation 3. Being a hard-headed Israelite, a Gentile, basically. He like I don't know what to call him, man.
Double-minded man.
He be like part of the circumcision, because he claimed to know the Lord's name. He know he an Israelite, so he'll be part of the circumcision, man. That's still going off. Start from 1.
This is the book of Revelations, chapter 3 and verse 1.
Yep.
Revelations chapter 3 and verse 1. And unto the angel of the church.
I know you're like, what the hell? What?
I'm thinking of Revelation 1 and 3.
No, that's something else. That was I went to Revelation 2.
This is Revelation chapter 3 and verse 1. And to the angel of the church in Sardis write, these things said he that hath the 7 spirits of Yahweh and the 7 stars. I know thy works, as thou hast the name. I know thy works, that thou hast a name, that thou livest and art dead.
You go up a little bit to him, right? You got a church. You got a church. One of the called out churches of Israelites that were in Sardis. All right, Sardis was an actual major trading port, and in that trading port they were worshiping Diana, what you call Wonder Woman today. But also you have brothers that believed there, all right, that claim to know the name of the Lord. But the Lord said, what? He said that thou livest and what?
Thou livest and art dead.
So he said, thou livest and art dead. So this dude was like a zombie. He claimed to know the Lord's name, but he wasn't doing the work. And the Lord wanted all the churches to make some noise so they could be persecuted. He wanted them to be persecuted like he was. All right. He said he wanted us to have that full persecution so that we'll be able to be delivered in these days. Like the brothers were saying, that's true love. All right. Go out there and get persecuted. Make some noise in the churches. Make some noise in the Roman Empire so they can come and persecute you. And the Lord will raise you up in the last days. Go ahead, brother.
Verse 2. be watchful and strengthen the things which remain.
So he's supposed to be watchful and strengthen the things which remain. That's what we're trying to tell this guy to do. All right, that's what we're here to do, to strengthen the things that remain. So what's strength? Wisdom is strength. All right? So strengthen the things that remain. And this brother didn't want to do it. All right, he was slacking. He knew the Lord's name, but he wasn't doing the work like the other churches were. Like I think it's another church, the Church of Philadelphia. That was a pretty good church, Israelites. Right, brother?
Verse 2, be watchful and strengthen the things which remain that are ready to die, for I have not found thy works perfect before Yahweh.
Right, so it works. That's what it's about, the works. So this guy was like living and dead. He was in the truth. He knew the truth, but he wasn't doing the works properly. All right, so this guy heard the Lord's name, but he's still gonna have to do the work. All right, so go ahead. That was to remind me of him a little bit.
Verse 3, remember therefore how thou hast received it and heard.
Right, because he received the Lord's name from us. But he was calling on that Yeshua and all that.
Verse 3, remember therefore how thou hast received and heard, and hold fast and repent.
Right, so hold it fast and repent, man. Hold on to it, because the persecution was coming. The Lord was telling them that destruction was coming. They persecuted Israel all the way from like 50 AD all the way up to the 1st century. But really all the way up until Constantine. All right, when he made Christendom, which was supposed to be followers of Yahushua, and they created this paganism called Christianity, and he made that the doctrine of the Roman Empire. All right, so he can control the citizens of Rome. All right, go ahead.
Verse 3, if therefore thou shalt not watch, I will come on thee as a thief, and thou shalt not know what hour I will come unto thee.
See, people like this, the Lord gonna show up on, pull up on him. And he ain't gonna know how it's gonna happen. He's gonna be caught unawares. All right, so it don't matter if you say, yeah, I believe you on the name, but you still got to do the works. That's what we're trying to tell him. All right, he was denying both, so he was just dead, like the brother said. You got some that are the undead. Go ahead.
Verse 4, thou hast a few names even in Sardis, which have not defiled their garments, and they shall walk with me in white, for they are worthy.
Right, those are the hopeful elect. And those were the ones that he was telling this man in Sardis, this messenger, he was telling them to strengthen them. Don't worry about the ones that was worshiping Diana, that was bullshit, being wicked. But the ones that believe, go teach them, wake them up. And that's what that goes with trimming the lamp. You know, have enough oil, not for them, but only for the elect. All right, that was it. That was it on that. I think the point. Anybody got a precept? Where, bro?
This is the book of Sirach, chapter 16, verse 12. It says, as his mercy is great, so is his correction also. He judgeth a man according to his works. The sinner shall not escape with his spoils.
Right.
And the patience of the godly shall not be frustrated. So it said what? It says the mercy, mercy is great. Just like the correction, because it says be cheerful to be corrected. All right. He didn't want correction, you know. This says the sinner shall not escape with his spoils. He was focused on the riches of this world, not the riches of Yahweh Shem Yahushua, which is the knowledge, wisdom, and understanding, man. This is gonna be the stability of your times, man. You know, but he's so stuck on these worldly riches, man. But it says what? It says the sinner shall not escape with his spoils, and the patience of the godly shall not be frustrated. So what it says the godly, the righteous is not going to be frustrated, man. You know, we're gonna have patience and peace with Yahweh Shem Yahushua, man, with these scriptures.
We're gonna end this one. Start a new clip. We got precept. You good? Take your time. Let's bring this up. We're gonna change the topic. Anybody want to hydrate or anything? You know, why not?
All right. This is the book of Romans, chapter 14, verse 5. And it reads, one man esteemeth one day above another, another esteemeth every day alike. Like every man may be fully persuaded in his own mind.
Right, that's like having many doctrines. You still got to be fully persuaded in your own mind. All right, like the guy said, he said, yeah, there's many names, there's many this, there's many doctrines that's out. I heard a woman say that the other day. There's many doctrines, many names. But he said you got to be fully persuaded in your own mind. All All right, let every man work out their own salvation with fear and trembling. That's just it, man. We're gonna get off this topic though. Let's wrap this. Let's end this clip so it don't be all long and shit. Hey, Shalom, Shalom. Hey, we're gonna chime right back in. We're gonna cut this clip, so it won't be like a 4 or 8 hour video.